intelligence could spell the end of the human race.
It's a flying object, and we don't know what it is. I would hope somebody is checking it out.
With a rocket or whatever, but incredibly fast, opposite direction. They were too fast to be an airplane.
I'm glad the Pentagon is looking at this, because if it poses a threat, I want them on top of it.
Well, the craft generates its own gravitational field.
So you said there's lights in the sky?
The internet has become the command center for criminals and terrorists.
911, what's your emergency? I need help, please help me!
Aliens won't let it happen. You know, that's what we're instructed to say.
Roswell, Area 51. Alien kept deep under the ground.
1, 0, 1, 1,
self-serving. You're here for a reason. You're listening to Troubled Minds Radio.
Broadcast. Let's see. Well, good evening and welcome to Troubled Minds Radio. I'm your host, Michael Strange. And right before I'm about to go on the air, everything starts taking a crap, per usual. Weird. Disconnects again. Let me know. Can anybody hear me out there? Can anybody hear me? Literally, everything fine. All day, several days, no problem. Everything's good. And then showtime, and it's not good anymore. It's not good anymore. Yeah, I guess you got to ask yourself what kind of person you are, right? Are you the type of person that believes in coincidences, or do you think that everything happens for a reason? Yeah, all right. So let's see. Let's kick it for a second here, and let's make sure that everything's running properly. What the hell just happened? Everything should be going. Everything should be good, and then suddenly, blink. It kind of looks like the stream took a crap. So I'll just sit here and wait, and just say some some dumb things. Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay. I guess we're back. All right. So literally at the second it goes live, something happened. The OBS software took a crap or something happened. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, who cares? If they're going to shut us down, they're going to shut us down. If it's coincidence, fine, it's coincidence. Whatevs. Welcome to Troubled Minds, like I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by the technocracy, or as chance might have it. Who knows? Okay, but anyway, so as many of you are aware, most of you at this point, this show is about all the things that we're not allowed to talk about, of course. And I think it's a little more obvious right now in this particular moment because we just, dropped right as the show started. But okay, so anyway, that's what we do here. We talk about all things we're not allowed to talk about. Aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal. We talk about the 24-hour news cycle. Of course, propaganda. We talk about the government, major corporations. We talk about technology. We talk about the technocrats. Unelected officials, we talk about the bureaucracy and how it's bloated and grotesque and has tentacles and everything, and nothing's efficient and nothing works, and they're lying to us while taking our tax money. That's what we talk about on this show. And if that doesn't describe why they might want to bring us down, well, I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop playing that up. Okay. So that's the deal. That's what's going on. We are live. It's Tuesday night, so that means Tuesdays and Fridays we do live shows. And so, did I mention we're live? I think I just mentioned live 3 times in 90 seconds, 60 seconds. But here we go. So we do this live to include you. It's a long-form talk show. And we have a phone number. You can dial right now and get on the show right now. If you just call this phone number, 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link. You can find the Discord link on the website, which is troubledminds.org. And Discord is a voice client. It's a chat client. Discord's one of those ones that's coming up. Those guys are they're coming up in the world, I think. They've been doing a lot of really sweet things recently. And I think maybe, given enough time, they may replace this OBS software, because you can kind of stream directly in Discord now. So there's a ton of good stuff. It's got persistent chat, so if you're not shy, or if you are shy, I mean, you can go in there and just type, and you don't have to show your face to anybody. You can be anonymous and just share ideas, because that's what this is all about. This is about the wisdom of the crowd, because that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the wisdom of the crowd and why it matters, and apply that to UFOs, because, well, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do on this show. Okay, so anyway, let's see. This is good. I think the phone line should be back up. Let's unmute that. Okay, so all right, phones are up. Everything's good. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. If you have not joined the Discord, please do, and we'll see you on there. And so you can also be on the show with Discord, etc. So on. Okay. So let's see, where are we at? What are we doing tonight? I think I spilled the beans. That's what we're doing tonight. We're going to talk about the wisdom of the crowd and how it actually kind of correlates with ufology, let's say, ufology, and UFOs in general, right? And that propaganda bit that we talk about quite a lot, and why any of this stuff really matters when in the grand scheme of things. Should we trust the government, etc., so on? So kind of par for the course for this show. We're going to talk about UFOs. We're going to talk about the government. We're going to talk about UFO gatekeepers, wherever they may be lurking. But that's what's up. That's what's going on tonight. And yeah, so there we go. It is a long form talk show. We're going to do a long 3 hours. So everybody hang tight, settle in, make sure you're nice and toasty warm. Get your warm socks on. Get yourself a nice beverage to sip, and let's do this. So the way we do it is we do the what are we going to do? We're going to do shout-outs first. So we're streaming on several platforms. We stream on Facebook. We stream on YouTube. We stream on Periscope, which is part of Twitter. We stream on Twitch. We stream on DLive. So we're streaming on all those places at the same time. And so we can read most of the chat. So we're reading chat. So what we're going to do is we'll do shout-outs. So if you want to shout out, just type in the chat where you're listening from, and you'll get a quick shout-out here. And then we'll start. We're going to talk some conspiracy news. And again, so this whole show is about you. So if, it's me, I'm here blabbing and talking and whatever, but this show's really about you and us, and literally the wisdom of the crowd. And so this show doesn't exist without you and your participation. So please chat as much as you can, and give me a call if you want to talk about any of this stuff. One more time, 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org, and there we go. There we go. All right, so we're going to do quick shout-outs, and we'll move on to some conspiracy news, and then we'll talk about UFOs and the wisdom of the crowd and UFO gatekeepers and what any of that even means. It doesn't even matter. Does any of it even matter? All right, we're going to go first on Facebook. It's Joe from Florida. What's up, my man? The way this show goes, the rumor has it that the show doesn't start until Joe calls in. So that's Joe. Joe gets first on Florida. What's up, my man? We get William from Singapore, gets a close second. Thanks for being here. We got Diane. It says, I have a troubled mind. Do you? Hell yes. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Derek from Saskatchewan, Canada. Thanks for being here. We got Paul checking in from Iowa. What's up? Let's see, we got Derek says, hi, Michael and Joe and Ash. What's up? What's up, guys? I don't know where Joe and Ash are tonight, but what's up, Joe and Ash and Michael? What's up? How you guys doing? Let's see, what else we got? We got Elizabeth from, Oregon. Elizabeth from Oregon. How you doing? From Willamette Valley, Oregon. I don't even know where that is in Oregon. And I'm decently familiar with that state. Nice. See, you can't know everything. What's up, Melvin? What's good? Watching from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Thanks for showing up. We got Ryan. How you doing? Pretty good drop for you, Strange. He says, check out the OrionLines.com. Could be the context of a great show. All right, cool. The Nazca lines. I see it. I will take a look. Thank you. Let's see. Derek, yep, can hear me loud and clear. Everything's working. Yes. I tell you what. What's up, Larry? I prefer a straight-up fight to all this sneaking around. Yes, sir. Amen, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see. Ryan, hello. Tamara from South Africa. How are you? Thanks for showing up tonight. Thank you for being here. We got, let's see. Who else? We got Robert. Robert, you're on time, buddy. You're on time, buddy. Thanks for being here. We got Candy from Las Vegas. I think that's. I think we have a small audience from Las Vegas now. It's starting to get local. We're worldwide, and we're talking Singapore. We're talking South Africa. We're talking the Philippines. We're talking the world over, and also, right here in Las Vegas. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Lewis. What do you think about the news from Israel and Galactic Federation? That's actually part of what we're going to talk about tonight. So really not like the get into the nitty gritty, but about hang tight. We're going to get into that, Lewis. We will get into that just a little bit tonight. What's up, Kev? Hello from Ansonia. What is that? Where is that? I don't even know what that is. Is that CT Connecticut, or is that, what is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyway, if you guys can on Facebook, please share the stream here. It does help everything a lot. It helps people find us. It helps people join a good conversation, and it increases the wisdom of the crowd, as we would say, which is what we're going to do tonight, hopefully. And we do that with your help. Christopher, what's up? We got Juan. How you doing? Thanks for showing up. And let's go to YouTube. We got Melvin from Ansonia, Connecticut. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now I know where it's at. I've been enlightened. I've learned a thing or two. Here we go. Eli gets first on YouTube. Thanks for showing up. We got Lizzie with a close second from Nebraska. Super Vike, what's up? The thumbs down captain watching from Super Vike's living room. What's up? Thanks for being here. We got Penny, the Curious. Everybody follow the Curious Bunny on YouTube. Penny from the United Kingdom. Thanks for showing up tonight. We got who else do we got? So let's see. Papa Roach. I have a request. Could the link to the YouTube live stream be included in the notification texts? Let's see. All right, let's straighten this out. Which notification text do you get? I guess that's what I want to know, Papa Roach. I don't know what you mean. So, because there's notifications going out on every platform, so I don't really know. But I'll get you the YouTube link if that's what you're asking for. Actually, when on Discord, I see. So actually, the reason I linked the website is because we're streaming on the front page. So you can literally just go straight to troubledminds.org, and then right there in the middle of the page is exactly the YouTube link you want. So just FYI, that's why I linked the website, because it's streaming on there. But okay, yes, I will add that in the future. What's up, Noble Cal L on Twitch? How you doing tonight? Thanks for being here. And again, thanks for boosting the Discord. Appreciate that quite a lot. The Curious Bunny, let's see. You don't get the YouTube link. Yep, here we go. We're still sorting this out. Let's see. I believe that is what I requested. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. Just go ahead and clarify, or if you want to call in or jump on the Discord, let me know, Papa Roach, and we'll get you sorted out. Let's see, what else? Who else do we got? Let's see. Troubled Minds is now accepting calls. Please dial in to be on the show. That's Twitch, right? That's the Twitch. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what you mean. But let me know, and I can add that to, I guess, yeah. I'll see. Let me know what you want. We'll do it. We can probably make it happen. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I receive it on my phone as a text. Okay, so I guess it's a Twitch link. Anyway, let me know where it comes from, and we'll see if we can get that sorted out. But again, that's why I linked troubledminds.org. It's the official website. Go straight there. You can find all the links there all the time, even when we're not streaming live. So just FYI. But okay, here we go. Let's see. Who else do we got? Connecticut. Kev, Melvin. We got Derek. Happy to have the show tonight. Call in. Yeah, what's up? Next town to New Haven in Connecticut, I guess. Let's see. What else do we got? Kev says, I see UFOs once in a while. Flying. We have a old Nike site in local park still under watch. Check it out. Right on. Let's see, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Let's see. Papa Roach says, if it has to be a YouTube link, I can copy and paste to someone else who may be interested. Okay, I get you. Hold on. I'll get you a YouTube link, man. Hold on just one moment, please. One moment, and we'll get you set up. No problem. We have that technology. Let's see. Where is it? Right there on the front page. Hold on. Okay. So we're gonna talk conspiracy news in just a sec here. Let me get this link for Papa Roach, and we'll be good to go. Let's see. Where the hell is it? See, too many things happening all at the same time. Here we go. Here's the exact link that you want, and it is right there on straight off the official website. So here we go. Linking it for you, and there you go. There's the YouTube link if you want to check it out. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do we have? Where are we going? Where are we starting? Let's start with this. Let's start with this. We always say the world's upside down, right? That's really one of the major themes of this show. Like, the world is a damn upside down ass place, isn't it? Well, okay. Let's start here. Speaking of upside down, we've got Bill Melugan. Hold on. This is from Twitter. Okay. The Los Angeles County DA, the district attorney, George Gascon, has issued a directive to prosecutors that the following misdemeanors will be declined for prosecution with exemptions. All right, so check it out. Here's where we go. Here's where this all starts. Okay, so here's some things, right? So they're going to decline prosecution for these things because of course the COVID lockdowns, right? So we can't like actually go to court and arrest people and do these things anymore. So I'm gonna read one more time. Issued a directive to prosecutors that the following misdemeanors will be declined for prosecution with exemptions: trespassing, disturbing the peace, driving without a license, prostitution, and resisting arrest. Resisting arrest. Okay. So, and this was, when was this? December 7th. All right. This is new. And because of course everybody knows that they're locking down California again and other places in the country, and it's getting ugly out there. And so as a result of this, we're just going to decline to prosecute trespassing, disturbing the peace, driving without a license, prostitution, and resisting arrest. Right? I mean, you can make some cases there for why some of those things can probably be ignored, but. But here's the crazy part. Now, again, living in the upside down. So we're no longer going to be worrying about these things at all. Decline prosecution, right? So, in effect, de facto decriminalizing these things for the time being, all right? However, you cannot go down to a restaurant right now. They've shut you. Like, you can't go to work if you work in a restaurant, right? It's unbelievable the amount of things, right? You can do all these things. You can trespass, you can disturb the peace, you can drive without the license, etc., so on. But God forbid you put on your uniform and you go to work, because if it's not Walmart or one of the wink essentials, the essentials, essential businesses, essential people, and it doesn't stop there, does it? The labeling does not stop there. So yeah, this is what this is all about, and living in the upside down. It's how we do this. It's how this works, and how none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense whatsoever. So you can actually click the directive here, and it'll tell you what it is. Okay, so they're not going to trespass, disturbing the peace. It's all there. It's all there. It's right there on the document. It's proof that this is actually what's happening. They're not going to actually prosecute any of this stuff because of COVID, right? Because of these lockdowns, because of whatever. But it's unbelievable how arbitrary all this stuff is, how some things are okay to do, some things are not okay to do. And it seems like it's become a crime now to go to work, to own a small business. It's unbelievable. Like, literally, we are at this point where I just don't know. Like you don't know what to say about it anymore. It's just it gets uglier and uglier. And why? How? I'm exasperated with this. And like if you're going to shut it down, you need to shut it all down, and not just stop policing the place. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, so point being, here we go. Here's step one. We're working on the upside down. LA's completely upside down right now. God forbid you go to work, but like I said, you can do all the rest of these things, no problem. Okay, so as they destroy society. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. This is from The Guardian. This is Penny's favorite source, The Guardian, and I'm starting to agree. The Guardian is kind of trash. Like, everything I look at is just more and more garbage, more and more garbage. But okay, here we go. This is reported by The Guardian, and you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. High value business travelers to be exempt from quarantine in England. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So now not only do we have essential workers and essential business, right? We have essential people. And in this case, it would be high value business travelers. Let's read some of this. Senior company executives are among travelers set to be exempt from COVID-19 quarantine restrictions for international arrivals in England, meaning they will not have to self-isolate for up to a fortnight. It continues. Recently signed elite sports people, performing arts professionals, TV production staff, and journalists will also not have to abide by quarantine restrictions if arriving from a country outside of England's travel corridor from 4 a.m. on Saturday. Announcing the move on Twitter, the Transport Secretary, Grant Shapps, said, quote, high-value business travelers would be exempt from quarantine rules in an effort to boost the economy, subject to specific criteria being met. Oh, I see. It is understood that the exemption will apply to senior company executives such as directors or their equivalents, either returning or traveling to England, who can deliver significant economic benefit. They will only qualify for the exemption if their work requires them to be there in person. Right. Because a director is always doing like physical work, right? Like ever. Yeah, right. Right. It sounds like somebody paid somebody to make them an exemption, because they don't have to write an exemption rule to what the hell is going on? All right. So anyway, point being, you get what I'm getting at here. We live in the upside down. This has nothing to do. Again, it's so arbitrary. It's so inconsistent with what we're doing and how we're handling this. And this is England, of course, so this is not the United States. But still, right? You get how we're like, okay, now this is okay. That's not okay. You can go ahead and punch the cop. That's fine. But you can't do this. You can't go to work. Well, unless, of course, you're an executive level. Then we'll make exemptions for you. You don't have to quarantine. You can fly. You can do all these things. It's unbelievable, like this tangled web we weave, right, of whatever the hell is going on, right? I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. Well, I do know that they're tearing down the entire middle class, like, which has long been rumored to be a conspiracy that was happening in government anyway, right? They want everybody to be either super rich or super poor, because super rich, you're on the taking money from these folks. If you're super poor, then you're reliant on the state. Right? You don't have resources to rise up. And so the rise up becomes what? Bone and muscle. Flesh. That's what the rise up becomes. But it doesn't even matter if they've taken your guns at that point, does it? Probably not. I tell you what the hell is a high value business traveler? And explain to me how a executive needs to be anywhere in person. Right? Can't you do like their, Bohemian Grove Zoom meetings, right? Isn't that a thing now? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way an executive has to be anywhere to, fix a machine or, run the team or no, come on. Like, again, this is sure, fine. Maybe an exemption here or there, but for the most part, really, this is where we're at. Okay, and I was watching Timcast. I watch Timcast now and then. Real smart guy. Everybody doesn't know Tim Pool. Pretty smart fellow on YouTube. And he had to say this. Let me hold on. A couple more shout outs and I'll play this. But what the hell's going on, right? Like, we have all of these things where it's just it's unbelievably arbitrary. And again, right? It's a small or it's a big club, and we ain't in it, as Elizabeth said, and continues to say, because that's the way this works. And so, they make exemptions for their buddies. I'm sure everybody's seen that viral video going around of that the young lady that has the restaurant or the bar or whatever it is, and she's right there across from where like they allowed outdoor dining in California. And so she's literally in the same parking lot, but her outdoor dining is not safe and she's not allowed to be open. But then the big money interest that paid off somebody presumably to make the big tents in the same parking lot is allowed to operate. This is what I'm saying, like, upside down, guys. We live in the upside down. This is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Let's see. What's up, Fred? Thanks for showing up tonight. Fred from Arizona. Superbike says, rules for thee, but not for me. Exactly. This is unbelievable. And again, it doesn't end. It's like they're like, okay, well, why don't we just make exemptions for these people because, they're essential to the economy. Well, wait a minute. What about the entire, swath of millions of small businesses you just put under? Aren't they vital to the economy as well? I mean, if we're being real about this. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Todd, what's up? Todd, OG Todd says, I saw 2 different types of UFOs in the last 2 weeks. Fantastic, man. I see them too. I see them out here once in a while. Give us a call. Let me know. I want to know what they look like. Let's see. Scully, how you doing? Thanks for showing up tonight. Let's see. Elizabeth says it's all going to run amok, and that is completely true. Let's see. What else do we got? Man, I got bumped for a second. Yeah, everybody. Fortnite, 2 weeks, right? I think Fortnite's 2 weeks. Let's see. Joe with the jokes. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Callie is getting lasered, says Derek. I agree 100%. But this is again, that is unbelievable. So, all right. So we've talked about the Great Reset. We've talked about, living in the upside down. We've talked about all these things, right? And so who's way back when we said, we made fun of the Nazi papers, when you were given papers from your job, your profession, whatever it was, that you are an essential worker, right? So if there's roadblocks and they end up shutting things down and this or that, like you actually had papers that said you're allowed to go to work, right? So again, unbelievably arbitrary, just based on what? Like what? Like, oh, it's national security, right? Oh, it's Costco. Like again, I don't have to rehash all of it. You guys already know, but what the hell? Like this is unbelievable to me that we're just double standards on top of double standards. We're layering them like a bad sandwich, and that's what we're being fed. This is garbage. Let's see. Okay, let's play this. And this is Tim Pool from Timcast talking about exactly this situation and what's going on. The Great Reset. Why the hell everything's so grotesquely arbitrary? Why they're like literally imposing rules that will that is not about freedom anymore. Everything's just not about freedom anymore. And like I said, it's refreshing to hear people talk about it because nobody freaking talks about it. So here we go. Here's what he had to say regarding this and some other things. And I think he's spot on. I thought it was important to hear exactly this. So let's hear what Tim Pool had to say. Quick clip, and then we'll keep on moving with the news.
But if you mean to tell me that right now your solution is sacrifice people and strangle them and transfer the wealth from the poor to the wealthy, I'm sorry, that's just psychotic. The ends don't justify the means because you will never meet the ends. Without humanity and our ability to love and live freely, then what's the point of preserving any of it if we become authoritarian, despotic, Borg-like cultures or society? Why bother succeeding if we just become a masochistic and oppressive machine that generates nothing but suffering? Now, I think there's things we can do to help the planet. This ain't it.
Yeah, right. This ain't it. Think about that. Think about, the guy is eloquent as hell, right? Like, I can fumble for 45 minutes and never say, something that's succinct and perfect. Because I'm telling you what, he is damn right. What are we creating, right? We're creating suffering. This is the new creation. This is the new tomorrow. Here's your new shit sandwich, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever's going on right now, this is it. And there are, God forbid you're not in that boat or have know people, or it doesn't matter. Like, there's people out there suffering, whether it's you or not, whether it's your family or not. And the more they do this type of shit, the more they're causing it. And I'm telling you, this will not end well if they continue doing this type of stuff. We see it. We're not stupid. They think we're plebs. They think we're dumb. They think we're politically ignorant. They think all of these things. But I promise you something. If they continue sacrificing people for a wealth transfer, I guarantee you, this will not end well for the wealthy. And I don't mean, if you paid off your car and have a mortgage. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people at the very top. I'm saying, we pay attention. We see what's happening out there. We see the politicians lie and cheat and steal. And like I said, in the very beginning of all of this, way back in January, we said this. We said this on this show, that it doesn't matter if... Where's my train of thought? No, we said, here's what we said. Here's my point. Sorry. The smart people said this. If you're worried about the virus, you should be. Because at this point, we don't know what it is. We don't know how dangerous or deadly. The information we're getting is sketchy. Sure, fine. However, the truly enlightened understand that we need to keep an eye on the government and see what they're trying to take from us with this bait and switch as this all rolls out. We were talking about this in January, right? And this is here it is. Like we have a complete transfer of wealth, right? Like you see, have you guys been watching the leaderboard, right? The leaderboard of the richest person in the world. Like Elon Musk is just skyrocketing up. Like he passed, who did he pass? He passed Bill Gates, and he passed Zuckerberg, and he passed, or I don't know, like I think he's second now. Like, but again, right? So all these guys are just getting more and more rich. I think second to Jeff Bezos of Amazon, right? He's the richest dude in the world right now. But like these guys like have doubled, right? Maybe not doubled, but like have just stacked billions on top of their billions. And all the while there's people in the streets in food lines. Like unbelievable. Like this is just an unbelievable way to handle all this. And I'm going to play that clip again because I think it's incredibly important to hear exactly, succinctly what is going on right now and how when we try and make these policies that make no sense whatsoever, we are creating suffering. It's disgusting. It really infuriates me when I think about it, and I thought it was important to take this because like I said, it's so well said. It's so short. One more time, I'm going to play this.
But if you mean to tell me that right now your solution is sacrifice people and strangle them and transfer the wealth from the poor to the wealthy, I'm sorry, that's just psychotic. The ends don't justify the means, because you will never meet the ends. Without humanity and our ability to love and live freely, then what's the point of preserving any of it if we become authoritarian, despotic, Borg-like cultures or society? Why bother succeeding if we just become a masochistic and oppressive machine that generates nothing but suffering? Now, I think there's things we can do to help the planet. This ain't it.
This ain't it. I'm telling you. Like, so well said. I'll have that clip. You guys can play that. I'll actually link to the video it came from. But Tim Pool, if you guys don't know who he is, fantastic dude, very smart, and he's onto this. He's onto this. I'm telling you, there's something up here, and it's not. And this is the thing, right? Again, back to government and corruption versus ineptitude, right? That whole bit. It's like, oh, they're not corrupt, they're just stupid. Really? Like, I don't know. I think the more you look at this and the more you think about it, they know exactly what's happening. They know exactly how much of their donors are getting, like, their coffers filled. They know. They're counting. But again, right? So one stimulus payment in the United States, $1,200 in how many weeks? It's what we get, right? And then no jobs, and it's disgusting. I laugh morbidly. This is disgusting, and this is the world we live in. Again, back to the upside down, right? It's just it makes me sick. It just makes me sick. Let's see. Let's read some chat. It just it pisses me off. Let's see. What else do we got? Paul says, so I hear now you got to carry a vaccination card showing you've been vaccinated to shop or travel. Not quite yet. Some places I think it's happening. But as many of you saw, they've started with the vaccinations in Britain, United Kingdom. So it's happening, right? It's rolling out. So again, I'm not of the mind that this is a fake virus, guys. I don't think that's the case. I know people that have died from this thing, and it's not, or people that have had it. It's a pretty sick thing. Okay, so I don't know. Just like the severity of it. Sure, we can argue that, but this is a real thing. How they cook the books and the numbers, sure, fine. But this. Tell that to the people that have lost loved ones that it's fake. I mean, just be careful about how you talk about these things. It's not, it isn't totally and completely fake. But again, like I said, is it an overreaction? Right? Are we again sacrificing people like Tim said in the clip there? I think so, for sure. Like we're like, okay, well, we're not going to completely destroy your life, like kill you, but what we're going to do is alternatively destroy your life instead. It makes no sense. There we go. Robert says the corporate-owned government traders are not just killing the economy. They're killing your economy to drive you out of business and out of your job in order to transfer the little you still have and into the pockets of their greedy, rich donors. We are all just a herd, animals and useless eaters to them, to be harvested of all value and then discarded. Otherwise, these greedy traders and the government they thoroughly own don't give a damn about us. Perhaps because we continue to show them we don't care enough about ourselves to stand up and do something about them. Well said, my good sir. Well said, my good sir. And that's exactly the point. Like I said, that's why we do this live, because sometimes I fumble, right? I fumble here and try and look for what the hell is actually going on. And you guys put me back on track with something like that. That's perfectly said, and exactly what we're looking at here. And why is this a thing now? Just look. There's a vaccine. They've started distributing the vaccine, right? Remember, like I said, the goalposts always move. They always move. When we first started this way back in January, they're like, okay, we're going to lock down for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, right? 6 weeks, right? Because we're going to flatten the curve, right? No, it's been on and off. It's been patty cake. It's been these guys can open, but those guys can't. It's been bullshit from day one. And now here we are again, shutting them down. The guys, the businesses that barely survived and barely hung on, well, now we're going to finish them off. What's up, Kelly says, you're being presented two choices, evolve or repeat. Good evening. What's up, Kelly? And you're exactly right. I think you're exactly right. Mateo, how you doing? The trust card in Africa. I'm not sure what you mean there. Kelly says, Scully says, is this the great culling? Any info on that? I don't know if this is a culling, but I think this is a grotesque mismanagement of government for sure. And I don't think it's all incompetence, to be perfectly honest. Like I said, they get data on this stuff. They get reports on this stuff. They have government agencies. They have people working on these things. So they know exactly how long they have to wait to, get a particular market or market share depleted or whatever, right? Whatever the jargon is, I don't freaking know. But I just don't think there's incompetence here. I think this is malicious at this point. They're bending us over the barrel. They're just taking advantage of everything. And like I said, it's not going to end well. You can't continue to do this to people and just ruin lives, like millions of people. Imagine, okay, whatever. I'm not going to make that case because it's good. It's a can of worms, but I'm not going to get into that. But here we go. Kelly says, man, I would rather get the virus, get over it and have antibodies, be done with it. The phone line's working. Go ahead and call us, man. Go ahead and call us. Let's see. Here we go. There's the phone number, 702-957-1037. Click the Discord. You can get on the show either way. TroubleMinds.org is the official website. I'm tongue-tied tonight. I'm just beside myself. You just can't, enough is enough, right? It's like, come on. How close do we have to be? Disgusting. Mateo, what's up? Says the trust card is being used to prove vaccination in Africa, testing out proof of vaccination in a population. I see. So you get a pass. You get your Nazi papers, right? So your badge, so you can travel. Yeah, or do whatever, right? Or go to the bank or whatever it is. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yes. Thank you. Penny on YouTube says, remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. Do all that. Please do all the sharing. Thank you, Penny, so much for sharing the websites and the merchandise and all the rest of this. It's hard to do it all at the same time. Many subject answered. How you doing? Thanks for showing up tonight on YouTube. Let's see. Who else do we got? Let's see. I think we're good. Yeah. I mean, this is a little bit sick. It's a little bit sadistic. I'm going to play this one more time. Go ahead and call 702-957-1037, and I'm going to play Timcast one more time because you just can't say it any better. You can't. How many people do we have to sacrifice until they're happy? And again, knowing how the government has run this since day one, the goalposts always move. So are they ever happy? Will they ever be happy? Transferring the wealth from the bottom to the top? This is disgusting.
But if you mean to tell me that right now your solution is sacrifice people and strangle them and transfer the wealth from the poor to the wealthy, I'm sorry, that's just psychotic. The ends don't justify the means, because you will never meet the ends. Without humanity and our ability to love and live freely, then what's the point of preserving any of it if we become authoritarian, despotic, Borg-like cultures or society? Why bother succeeding if we just become a masochistic and oppressive machine that generates nothing but suffering? Now, I think there's things we can do to help the planet. This ain't it.
This ain't it. Phones are back up. So I got one call here. We're going to take this real fast. I got you, Tamron. We'll get you in the caller queue on Discord. Go ahead and call back, Joe. We're going to take this phone call. We'll go to Tamron, then we'll go to you. So let's do this. What's up? You're on Troubled Minds with Mike. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Hello? Hey,
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Oh, it's Joe. It's Joe.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
What's going on?
Joe from Florida. How are you, my man?
I'm all right. A little bit chilly down here in Florida. But God bless you, for being on the soapbox. Because I think we all feel the same. I don't know if you heard about today. We had there was a Florida scientist in the beginning when this COVID struck. She was fired. She did the dashboard to keep track of all the cases, and she was fired. And today, I guess the police raided her house at gunpoint, so she says, and they took her computers, and they say it's bullying by the governor because they're hiding, they're hiding the numbers, and our governor does whatever the current administration asks him to do. So that was a little bit of strong arm, shady shit, probably because she sent some kind of a message to Florida State employees about not hiding the data, whatever that data really is.
Yeah, which is a perfect example of all this. I did see that. So just real fast, if you guys don't know what he's talking about, so there was a young lady. I'm not sure she was a doctor, definitely a scientist of some sort. She worked for it was like the Department of Health in Florida, something like this. And so she claims that she was being asked to cook the books and cover up, the actual death tolls or whatever, like to actually like frame it in a particular way, the statistics, so it would look a little more favorable on the government, right? And she refused to, and I think she quit, right? I think she walked out or something like this. But then not long after, a couple days, something like this, they kicked in her door, right? They came with actually she opened the door for them and not actually kicked it in, but they came at gunpoint and take her and take evidence from her house. Because they think that she somehow hacked into the system to send out a message to the other healthcare or whatever network she was working in to stand up and not take this and go with the scam or whatever's going on. So anyway, there you go. Just to catch everybody up on exactly what that is, exactly ish. Yeah, go ahead.
So here's I've got some stuff I'll try to bust through, but here's something else that'll chap your ass. I went over to play some hockey last week. No mask. It's not the only risk I take. And the guy that runs it, his wife, got COVID. She had it. She was off of work for 2 weeks. She tested clear. Okay. Florida is a Republican state. She was going to go back to work. Her job told her, take another week off. How come? Because they get paid. The company got paid, whatever it was, COVID pay or something. So they let her have a week off. Obviously, I don't know if she made money or got PTO, whatever. But she took a week off extra. And the company was going to get some kind of a return on that. So here's the funny thing. My company, 5 months later, sends out an email, and they want us to go back through death certificates to see who had COVID. I don't have a fucking time to do that, but why would they want to know? Why would my headquarters want to know? Probably because they're going to get a kickback or something. Okay. And we're a Republican-run state. In the beginning of this, it was the Democrat-run states, and everybody said, oh, they're getting money for every hospital thing. Everybody's getting paid, except for you and me. None of us are getting paid.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter who runs it. Whether it's a lefty, righty, blue state, red state, it doesn't matter. It's all run like trash. it's all trash.
Yep. And then here's your psyop, if you want to call it. I know we've been talking about the vaccine, having to take it, and then tying everything to a vaccine or a card. And the news does roll out so fast that maybe some of us have kept up with it, but not with all of it. There was a Democratic senator, I believe, that said if the public would take $1,600, which curiously is probably around the same amount of money they've been wanting to give us, but if we took $1,600 to get the vaccine, so in other words, they would pay us to take that vaccine. If that came to fruition, where they'd have to pay Americans $1,600 to take the vaccine, and they studied that reaction or that result, they would probably further cement maskers versus anti-maskers. They'd have it in an algorithm. They would know who they could control with money and withholding things. While that news came out a couple of days later, it's all over the news. Can your employer fire you if you don't take the shot? The short answer is yes. That's what I've been reading. So, and then when you talk about fighting or it's not going to go well with the rich, I'm not so sure. If this thing was created in a lab, which we still don't know, what happens if the mixed version, instead of having SARS attached to it, which gives you the breathing issues, what happens if they attach anthrax to it? What are you going to do then? What are you going to do?
Well, you can't. You're screwed. Like, you're screwed. Again, right? This harkens back to like the social credit score, right? Like in China, it's like they always say, oh, well, this stuff is all voluntary. But if if you don't have a job and they've shut down your work and your option is get the money and get the vaccine, you know what I mean? Like, you got to eat, right? I mean, it's unbelievable.
They've already achieved a result because, when we all started talking about this months ago, I know I had said it, that there's going to be a decline in the birth rate. And it's starting to come out now that there's going to be a decline in the birth rate. We'll see how that stacks up. So, I mean, if you're already going to put a decline in the birth rate for future generations, and you call a little bit more, and you call a little bit more, and you make people suffer, then they blow their brains out on top of that, and you just skim, and you skim, and you skim. You have less. The people that are left are going to be easier to control. I mean, that's what it looks like right now. I think to the rest of us that probably listen to this show, we're all like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like a frog in a boiling pot.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, we're like the frogs, and it's like getting warm in here. It's getting a little uncomfortable, right? And it's past that point for a lot of people, like they're boiling. To take the analogy just a little bit further, but I just don't know what to do or say anymore. It's unbelievable to me that it's like, okay, we're not allowed to even mitigate our own risks, right? We're not allowed to be individuals anymore. I think that's the biggest thing. And like Tim says in that clip, is that worth preserving? Literally, if we end up where we're told who to be and when to be it, is that where we want this to head? And is that worth fighting for? I think it's the opposite. I think that's worth fighting against, isn't it?
To what ends would these people want us to be enslaved? To what ends? I think all these rich people, they've had some good ideas that got them a lot of money, but I don't think they've come up with any new innovations. It's the people that work for them that come up with the innovations. It's the people that work for them. And wouldn't it be your interest to give everybody a chance, whether it's some poor kid in the desert or in Africa that might come up with some mathematical formula to achieve spaceflight or something? Wouldn't it be in your interest to cultivate that? But it doesn't seem like it is. It just seems like it's in their interest, again, like you said, and like the clip says, to make us downtrodden and to depress us.
Yeah, and to steal what little we have left. whether it be monetary, whether it be our home, whether it be our job, and finally our dignity, right? Like I said, eventually, it's going to bring the courage out in people, and this will end.
Well, it will be your dignity if it's a social credit score. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. You know, a social credit score will be your dignity because you'll be laughed at or ridiculed. Hey, this guy doesn't have his shots or whatever it is. That should be your own privacy. You know, it's a little too much. Anyway, did you read the article that I sent you on the Minority Report?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Let's say no.
You read the original one. Pasco County Police are keeping an eye on children's grades to predict that those children are going to be future criminals.
Yes, exactly, right? So that goes into a database, right? Big, it gets parsed by an algorithm, and then they can say that Joey, because he struggled in third grade, he's going to be a criminal, right? No.
I fucking tell you what. But anyway, I'll let you go. I'm sure there's other people calling. Don't lose sleep over it, guys. Live your life. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I can tell you that firsthand, being a funeral director. Try to get up tomorrow and smile. Don't get too mad. Help your neighbors that you can help in front of you if they deserve it.
There you go. Help the ones that deserve it first.
So, all right.
I appreciate the call, man. Again, stay safe out there. I know you're one of the actual essentials, the essential workers, right? When people pass away, somebody's got to be able to do the
my
thing.
buddy just went to El Paso. A friend of mine, he manages a crematory. He just went to El Paso. So, if that tells you anything.
So they called him out there because there's tons of people dying, is what you're saying.
He went to New York to clear out some of the crematory. I mean, not just him, a team. Because you could run a crematory 24/7. We've done it. Like, you literally can run the machines all week long with barely stopping them and just cremate. And the more you run them, the better they cremate because they store heat. So that's the physics of that. You can get some heavy people in the beginning of the week when the machine's cool. And when the machine gets hot, you could put a 180-pound person in the machine and it'll literally cremate without gas because the heat will just do it on its own. So that's how efficient the machines will run. But you've got to have science to it with weight. Anyway, he just went to El Paso. I don't know how long he's gone for, but to clear it out. You know, and a friend of mine sent me a message. She's a nurse out there. She was like, hey, come out here. They're offering mortuary workers, good money per hour. But obviously I got a family. I can't go, and my company wasn't going to transfer me, because I don't cremate much anymore. So that's really it. But yeah, he went to El Paso. So Florida, we're doing okay. Surprisingly for now, my friend that works in the hospital, she said it's not that bad. People are infected, but they're not getting terribly ill. I guess, we all know somebody.
They have treatments now. They actually have the treatments for this now. Like all the dumb stuff we did in March when we didn't know was, killing people because we didn't know how to treat it. Now they can treat it and for the most part stop people from dying. So again, right? Read into that what you will, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Until the next version, until COVID-20.
COVID 2022. Joe, God bless. Stay safe out there. I know you're, like I said, you're front line. God bless you and the family, man. Hope to talk to you soon.
No, thank you.
Thanks a lot,
good night, guys.
Thanks a lot, my man. Catch you soon. There you go. Joe from Florida. Like I said, now this is the thing. This is like I was saying. The rest of the show, as we get to the back half here, is going to be about wisdom of the crowd. And this is the type of thing, right? So how often do you think in terms of people actually working as in a crematory, right? In a funeral home, and that part of the economy and that part of life, right? Like everybody, thinks about, babies being born in hospitals, right? The fun part of life, babies being born is a good thing, but there's also the back half of that where, babies born, people die. And so, on the back half, it's good to know somebody like Joe here because he can tell you, he's literally boots on the ground and can tell you, well, it's been really bad. We've had a lot of people come in dead, right? He's telling you. So, I mean, good stuff. Like I said, there's a lot of information out there that really doesn't get talked about and really doesn't get kicked around. And like I said, a wisdom of the crowd, right, is a little bit better than the experts sometimes. So, all right, let's see. I think Tamron said she was going to try and get in here. Hop back on, Tamron. We'll get you on the show. And sorry to make you wait. And let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What are we looking at? All right, but you get the point, right? Like what is actually going on? This stuff. Yeah. What's up, Eric in Pittsburgh? This one's for you, buddy. This one's for you. There's the phone number if you guys want to be on the show. This one's for you. Let's get off this depressing, like, make you angry type news, and we'll get into some make you smile news, like what the hell's going on here. This is reported by KTNV, and this is local in Las Vegas. And I almost went down there. All right, it says monolith appears in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Right, so it actually showed up here in Las Vegas, right down on Fremont Street. And yeah, so as luck would have it, or as the marketing department might have it, this actually appeared down on Fremont Street, right in front of a new casino. They just opened this new casino, I think, at the end of October, and it's called Circa. It's CIRCA, Circa. So you tell me, right? You think the marketing department has something to do with putting a monolith right in front of a casino that just opened a month ago? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I thought it was pretty funny. I was talking to Mrs. Stranger. I'm like, you want to go down there? She's like, oh no, it's really cold out there. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I thought it was pretty funny. So there you go. The monolith just keeps hopping all over the place, or they keep replicating it for attention. So I thought it was pretty funny, worth talking about. And there we go. All right. So what else do we got here? There's tons of other great news. If you want to be a part of the show, you got something to say. You know what to do. 702-957-1037. Looking for you, Tamron. If you want to jump in here, I'll get you on the show in just a sec, and I'll keep talking news until you decide it's your thing. Let's see. There we go. Tamron is in the caller queue. Let's do this. Let's do it. Tamron, you are on Trouble Minds with Mike. How are you? How you doing tonight? Oh, nope. Test 1 2. Can you hear me? Testing 1 2. Nope. Okay, I'm going to go back to the chat and see what you're saying here. Let's try it one more time. Third time's the charm, right? Third time's the charm? No. No. Okay. Apparently not. All right. I'm still keeping an eye out. Let me know. Just tell me in the chat when you're ready to go, and we'll put you back in. Kelly says it's called exosomes. It's basically the body dying. It's an annual detox. It's not a virus that makes the numbers go up. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but okay. Okay, let's see. All right, other fun news. We got some other stuff. Let's we had a little bit of a downer there for the beginning here. Let's look at some funny stuff. How about this? Let's go to China. Speaking of funny stuff, let's go to China. This is reported by the New York Post. This is pretty awesome. Headline is this: suspected Chinese spy reportedly slept with and courted U.S. officials to gain intelligence. All right. Now we're talking. Right now we're in business. Back to the old honeypot scheme. So here we go. Let's read just a little bit of this because it made me chuckle. She was a Chinese Mata Hari who allegedly slept with at least 2 Midwestern mayors while cozying up to a slew of polls across the country in a bid to infiltrate the U.S. political system. Fetching a accused Chinese government spy Fang, a.k.a. Christine Fang. Was that the same? Yeah, Fang. Entered the U.S. through California as a college student in 2011 and spent the next 4 years wooing everyone from local politicos to U.S. congressmen, said the website Axios, citing current and former U.S. intelligence officials. Among the polls who Fang got close to was California Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell, and she also once helped raise funds for Representative Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat from Hawaii. Quote, she was on a mission, a U.S. counterintelligence official said of Fang, and it included plenty of seduction before the feds got wind of her antics and she vanished in 2015. Well, how about that? You got to... I'm not reading that, Joe. I'm not reading that. Anyway, just wanted to point out that I didn't give up on China, guys. I'm still watching. All right, speaking of, let's go here. This is reported by the SCMP, which is the South China Morning Post, and this one's a little bit make you clench your fist, right? Make you get a little bit irritated. All right, that's a good question, Derek. I don't know. Check the article. Here we go. South China Morning Post says this. Facial recognition toilet paper dispensers in China put on hold as privacy concerns grow. No shit. Subheadlines: toilet paper dispensers equipped with facial recognition. Blah, blah, blah. We just read that. And facial recognition leaks are rampant in the country, and authorities are tightening regulations. Yeah, there you go. So in the shitter, you gotta go put your face up to the thing to get some toilet paper, right? Are you kidding me? All right, so let's see. The facial recognition system in public toilet in Guangdong Province's Dongguan City was used to recognize individuals and limit the amount of toilet paper each could take within a certain amount of time, according to a post on the official Weibo account of the city's Urban Management and Law Enforcement Bureau. Photos of users were deleted after some time, and the system was not connected to a network, according to the post, which said that the system was suspended after some citizens raised concerns. Oh, I see. So somehow they said it's not connected to a network, right? And the pictures they take of people have been deleted, right? Right. So explain to me how you get an entire updated, ongoing database of facial recognition to limit toilet paper without connecting to a database. That's a big old hard drive, yeah? That's a big old hard drive. Yeah, let's say a public restroom at the Temple of Heaven Park in Beijing was the first to use facial recognition to dispense toilet paper in 2017, and similar systems have since been introduced in several other Chinese cities. More than 700 cities in China have proposed or are in the process of building smart infrastructure. There you go, guys. There's your smart cities. You gotta put your mug in front of the toilet paper dispenser to grab another handful, right? Well, yeah, I don't need to go into why that might be a problem, but well, that might be a problem. But okay, let's see. And it's blah blah. Anyway, blah blah. I could read some more of this, whatever. But yeah. Okay, let's try and get Tamara back in here on Discord. Let's try it out. All right. Test 1 2. Tamara, you there? I hear you. I hear something going on. Hello? Can you hear me? Let's try it. Let's start there. You just might need to, let's see, maybe unmute, or I'm not sure what's going on.
Hello?
Hey, look at that. I hear you. Tamron. What's up? How are you? I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm okay.
Right on.
Just getting annoyed with the world.
Yeah.
I think we all got a lot to say, and I'm just so done. I'm just so done with humanity. Everyone, I don't know. I feel like the general population around the world want peace, but it's what society brings in through media that just makes you so angry. And I remember watching this documentary. I also read it somewhere in a journal where they did they put a whole bunch of mice in a cage, and they provided them with food and water and everything they needed. But eventually the mice got agitated because they got bored, and they ended up fighting with each other. And now they've based this whole system of society on this experiment. And I was shocked, because it's based on animals and mice and not cognitive, conscious people with a brain and intelligence. And I just thought, how disgusting. How can you compare the two? And it made me realize, but that's how they see us. They see us as a number, as an animal, as awful people who just pump money for these elite people. And I think it's disgusting. And once people start realizing that we are just a commodity to the elites, more people will be doing something about it. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
It's fantastic points. All that it's unbelievable to me that like it's in your face. Like you said, they're basically telling us what's happening. Like all you have to do is like open a newspaper, or like click on a news link anywhere. Like they're right on TV telling you. Like they get the politician on TV say, well, I'm sorry that it just seems that it's safer for everybody if we cancel Thanksgiving. You should restrict travel except when it's absolutely necessary, right? And they do the press conference, and then after the press conference, they take off and they go home for Thanksgiving, right? It's like, what? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is exactly the problem. This is the problem with everything, right? There's no, like I said this before, there's no leaders. There's no actual honest people that end up in these government jobs because they're all liars and thieves because that's how they got there. They cheated and they stole to get their way to whatever little pedestal they got. And then this is how they treat the rest of us. And you're spot on. They see themselves as people and the rest of us as less than people. And that's the policy. It's just gross. It's gross. And like I said, it won't stand. This will not stand. This is one of those things where if they continue to push us down and continue to tell us what to do all the time and don't even like take it seriously themselves, no, shit is not going to fly. Shit is not going to fly. Okay, lost. We lost. Okay, that was a great diatribe, Mike. Nice job, Mike. I was talking to TamBam, but just jump back in the Discord and we'll put you back on. But yeah, it is what it is, right? Like this is exactly why we do this show, because nobody tells the truth. Speaking of telling the truth, by the way, like I said, just hop back in the caller queue. I'll put you back on. So the reason this show exists is because of an individual named Clyde Lewis, right? Clyde Lewis from Ground Zero Radio. Now this guy, he's been doing Ground Zero for like 25 years. And in different capacities, right? So, like, who knows? Like, let's say I stick with this. Who knows? In 25 years, maybe I'm a national radio host or some shit. Maybe I don't want to be, right? But this guy did it. He clawed up. He did put in the time. He talked about all the things, and he got there. And so, the week of Thanksgiving, KXL in Portland, Oregon. Now, think of where he's broadcasting from. Portland, right? One of the craziest places on earth, they say, with all the nutters out there, like shutting down the city every night because, Orange Man bad. Even though he lost the election, it's not good enough now. Now, again, it's the goalpost move. They change, right? They change what they're going to talk about and what they're going to fight about and what they're going to... Anyway, in Portland, he gets kicked out of his radio station. They ask him to leave on the week of Thanksgiving. They tell him to pack his shit up and he's out by Monday. They say, we can't do it. You broke some COVID protocol. All right? And they say, we're still going to keep you on as an affiliate. So they basically tell him to find another radio station, but it ain't here. All right. So he does. He gets it set up, and then they drop him as an affiliate. Because clearly, you can't tell the truth. You just can't tell the truth. Somebody somewhere made a phone call and got him taken off the air, right? And I'm telling you, the guy tells the truth, right? He's like the rest of us. He's not perfect. None of us are perfect. But they took his ass off the air. And I think that's probably why I'll never try and make this into anything more than it is right now. If it grows, fine. If it doesn't, it's decentralized. We're only beholden to each other, and that's it. That's it. There's nobody telling us, making a phone call in the middle of a show saying, "Oh, shut Michael down. He can't be saying this or saying that." No, fuck off. I'll say what I want to say. It's still legal, all right? And you guys too, and you should too. If you, again, right? Are you a citizen in this country, in this world? Are you a citizen of this world? Or are you, like TamBam said, less than? Are you a rat? Are you an animal? Are you less than human? I think that's how we need to frame this and how we need to look at it, because it sure seems like we're being treated that way, doesn't it? Let's see. What else do we got? What's up, Lee? I see you there. Thanks for being here tonight. Mateo says, despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage. There you go. Smashing Pumpkins. Yep. Let's see. John says, there's a lot of people coming in dead. Good stuff. Michael Strange's quote. Did I say that? Yeah, I don't know. Tam, just jump back in. Let me know in chat when you're back in there, and we'll put you on. Hey, Elizabeth, Clyde is still on the radio. Elizabeth. Okay, so if you guys want to listen to Clyde Lewis, now this is not a commercial for Clyde Lewis, but I'm telling you, without him, there is no this show. There is no Michael Strange. There's no Troubled Minds. So give me just a second. Let me explain. If you go to Aftermath, go to the App Store and just download aftermath.media. Yeah, Aftermath Media. Search it in the App Store, and you can get Clyde Lewis live. I think aftermath.fm will get him on the internet. So it's again, like they figured it out, but right, like you're not allowed to say the truth. You're not allowed to speak the truth or even come anywhere close, because that's what happens to you. What happens to you? They take you down. They take you down. And let's see, like Kelly says, they shut everything down. Yeah. Kelly says, anyone seen India where they had 250 million people march to their capital because of COVID in their economy? Because they shut everything down. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was happening, right? And Lee says, all goes back to Dr. Fauci. Yeah, because he lied to us, right? Again, they lied to us and said, don't get masks, they don't help, right? And now if you don't wear a mask, you're a pariah. You're an asshole, right? It's okay if he goes on national television and tells the world, no, well, masks don't do shit for you, really. Scientifically, you might stop a droplet here or there. Remember, that was his actual freaking words. And that's what he said. And now, if you say that, you're the asshole. You see how this works? It's okay for them. It's not okay for you. And again, I'm not anti-mask. I'm saying I'm pro-choice. Not just about the only thing they want to talk about, choice. Not that pro-choice. I'm pro every choice. All right? You should be able to make up your own mind about everything. Tam's back on. Here we go. What's up, Tam? Welcome back if you're there.
That was a cool freaking. Now,
testing 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tam? Yeah. Okay. Let me know. Let me know when you're there. Robert says, I wish Michael Strange would add Rockfin to his platform. Many already have, censorship free. All right, Rockfin. I'll put it on the list. Tam, you there? I heard you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Just perfectly. Perfectly. Welcome back. You're on a roll.
I had to update the Discord in the App Store.
You know what? That drives me insane. This is what I found out. Now, doing this radio thing for a while now, half the time my shit is broken, it's because Discord is updating. I'm not kidding you. So now it's great because they update a lot, but it's not great because it breaks my shit all the time. So anyway, go right ahead, ma'am. Thanks for welcome back.
Okay, so I'm going to go off topic a bit now because you're talking about something else.
No, go ahead.
Okay, firstly, I want to talk about this vaccine nonsense. You guys need to follow Kelly Valdez because he just posts some of the most interesting stuff on his Facebook page, and he's not afraid of nada. Okay, he will tell you exactly how things are going to plan out. I love him. I love his wife. They're just so fascinating. This vaccine is horse shit. Okay. They're going to do it on TV, and what did I hear? They're going to do it on TV, and all the politicians are going to get vaccinated. That stuff is water or saline. Okay, no one's going to fucking do that on live TV and risk their lives. And what if shit happens? No one's going to do that. No politician, no one. So people need to wake up. It's not real. And if you're going to go to get a vaccine and be the first ones to line up, you're a fucking idiot, because it might work now, but this is what people don't understand. It probably would work now if, say, for instance, that it is true to what they say, but you don't know the consequences of genetic manipulation or what's going to happen long term, 20 years from now, how this vaccine is going to fuck you up then. They're talking about, there's some conspiracy theory, about if you take the vaccine, like Joe said, it contains SARS or the SARS virus or whatever, and it can make you sterile in women. Who the fuck wants that? This shit pisses me off to no end. And people who aren't awakened, and that is the majority of the world, are just falling into this tunnel of, they love us, and the government loves us, and they'll protect us, and we mustn't worry, we must just follow and just be whatever. Come on. Wake the fuck up. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me because it is like there is the problem with being like waist deep in conspiracies is that there's some there's truth to these things, there's just like there's truth to the conspiracies, there's also truth to the reality of the situation. And so it's tough for me to be, to make assertions one way or the other. But I think it's important to be aware of both, and what they're saying and how they're doing it. And like you said, I hadn't heard that they're going to line politicians up and inject them like on TV or something. But that does sound like a staged bunch of BS to me. But again, right? So like these are the types of things that don't help. Like it doesn't help. I agree though. I think they rushed it, they got it, and we should vaccinate all the politicians and wait 6 months and find out what happens, and then maybe start. Yeah.
Exactly. That's horseshit. I mean, I'm not going to be the first one. The rest of the idiots can go first, and I'll see what happens. And if they and this great reset is if you don't get the vaccine, and your life will be kind of suspended, or you'll be jailed in your home by the government if you don't get this vaccine. Who the fuck do they think they are? Do they know that the majority of people in the world won't stand for that?
Yeah, no. Well, okay, but it's interesting you say that, because look what the world is already standing for. Like we literally here in the States, like they have shut down millions of jobs that are not coming back.
Yeah.
It's been allowed, right? And I'm sure it's not just here; it's the world over. So you wonder at what point are people going to say no? Like this is not acceptable anymore. Like why don't we have 1 million people out in front of Washington D.C. right freaking now? Like that's what should be going on in front of it's like I don't know. Maybe they should just move the food banks to like right in front of the legislators' offices, and then they can just hand out food right in front of the.
Mike,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but come on, we've known about this taking over, this elite 1%, getting rid of the middle class for how many years now? Yeah. How many years have we all known about this shit, and we have done nothing about it? We talk about it, yes. And I can tell you now, I mean, I'm also the first one to blame, because I've done nothing, because I live in fear. And I live in fear of the country where I'm in. I live in fear of my government. I live in fear of the white genocide that is happening in our country, and which is not publicly or internationally known. And I get it. It's all around the world. There's some sort of genocide happening, whether it be racism or otherwise. But the general thing is fear. And if people just realize that we are the majority, I mean, it's 1%. It's actually not the 1% of the elite. It's the 0.01% of the elite that rule the world. Are you freaking kidding me? People need to do their research. We can live in utopia if we choose to. But once again, we're cattle, we're animals, and we're all stuck in this air quote makeshift invisible cage, which they've invisibly put around us, and we don't get it. We're not getting it.
Well, even research. What you said, do your research. You don't even have to. You just turn on the TV and use your common sense. Like they're literally telling you on the television, hey, by the way, we're going to just shut you down. If you made it through the last one, through the last 6 months, if you finally made it through and you think you might survive, nope, we're going to shut it down. Sorry. No.
High five.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah. I mean, okay, but hold on though. Let me ask you. So aside from spreading the word and talking about it, right? You're right. I agree with you. Talk is cheap, right? Like actions make the world go round. All right. But the thing is, like, what do you do? Like, what can you do, right? You get out with a bullhorn and you're
exactly.
like, you try and like move the cattle like from the food bank to the politicians' offices. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? Like, surely you don't get some guns and start doing the bad things. You know what I mean? Like surely that's.
No, we'll all be murdered.
Yeah.
No, we'll be murdered, and they'll get away with that because it is treason, air quote. But look at Julian Assange. He was one person, he had a massive platform, and he still got fucked up. And no one was behind him, or very few, and it was all talk.
And they still aren't.
So what can we do?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like I said, it's only a matter of time. Like if you speak the truth, it's only a matter of time. They come for you. And what capacity is the question, right? Like it depends on who you pissed off at what level of power. But yeah, like they come. Eventually they come. Like they got Assange, you know? But I think it would be the ultimate FU if Trump, like the day before he left office, if he pardoned Assange. I think that would be amazing. He's like, all right.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. And
you know how many voters he'll get behind his name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm a little split on Snowden there, but I think Assange probably deserves it. And people have called him a Russian asset and all these other things. I don't know. You don't really know, right? But
I don't know. It's all hearsay. I think there's a lot of lies going around. When someone's light shines so bright, there will always be the negative, the dark, attacking them from left, right, and center, because you don't want the general people to be happy. They don't want it. They want to live. And this is where I think, now you're going to laugh at me, but the reptilian race comes in because they live on fear and negativity and all these things. And I don't know how many of you believe it, but I do, because I've seen it. And they want your fear and they want your blood in the worst way possible. That must be filled with negative adrenaline, if I can say that, with adrenochrome. And we need to see the bigger picture, because there's 50,000 levels deeper than what we're actually talking about. Anything is possible.
Yeah, we don't go too deep here, because I realize when you do, you instantly get pulled off. So you see it, you read it, you read what I'm saying here. It's you can only say so much. So by the way, Gregory thinks that your accents are going to save the world. So just FYI. So you're bringing the light.
That's fine. Okay, there's something else I wanted to talk about. Okay. So this, again, I'm scared I'm going to get bumped off, but anyway, but here we go. Fauci and Gates, they're besties. I'm telling you now, they are besties. There's something cooking with those two, and I think this is just, like we've been discussing, we know it's just the start, but there's something cooking with those two. What do you think?
Yeah, so interesting thing about Fauci is he's been around for a long time, right? And so he's probably not just besties with Gates, he's probably besties with like you name him, right? He knows all the presidents. He's rubbed elbows with all these guys. So and he's been protected, interestingly, right? Because he was actually around for the AIDS debacle, right? He was part of that cover up and part of the. So he's not like as clean as they're trying to make him. Again, right? Everything's like, it's unbelievable how politically they try and make everything. They try and make us believe that a year ago didn't happen, right? Like everything is only like what happened in the last week, and they're trying to everything goes in the memory hole, and then we forget like how inept and stupid these people were 10 years ago, and now suddenly they're the savior of the human race. It's like, what? Like, are you shitting me? Are we really talking about this guy right now? Like when he straight up lied to us about the masks, right? And then now he flip-flops, and now it's like it's okay because he's right now, but he was wrong then, Like, no, it's not okay.
Oh, yeah.
None of that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. He's got some deep connections to a lot of people. Beyond that, I don't know.
And what medical degree does Gates have? Seriously, because whatever he has, I want it. Because he's apparently got his finger in everything, and everyone goes to him for information regarding anything medical. Are the people fucking mad? He's a nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't know shit.
No, it sure seems like it, right? Like the top epidemiologist in the country doesn't know shit.
Oh, yeah.
What the,
yeah, exactly.
Like, again, we live in the upside down, right? It just doesn't make any sense. And it's okay, lie to us. And then it just, that's the thing that pisses me off the most, is that it's fine to lie. It's just okay, right? It's just part of policy. It's like, well,
hold the world's a stage.
Yeah, exactly. And they're politicians, no less. making
but this
policy.
Has been going on. Yeah. This has been going on. If you go back in history now, it's the same shit, just different. It's the same circle of taking control and the same circle of getting fear into people, and then it subsides, and then they bring out something new, and it's the same circle, and no one's learning from it. This is the problem. I mean, what about Ebola? Ebola killed more people than, I don't know, and there was no emergency state of emergency for Ebola.
No, lots of things.
I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think they've seized it as an opportunity, right? To like the entire thing has been to transfer wealth, right? To increase the welfare state, to like all this stuff is real. Like this shit is real. They don't want us to be self-sufficient, right? Like,
No.
that's the thing. And so therein lies the conspiracy here and the policy that goes behind it. And the guys are trying to help us. We're trying to help poor people. Oh, that's funny because my health insurance just went up, 3.5 times, and it's now more than my regular cost of living monthly for everything else. You know what I mean? Like that sure doesn't sound like you're trying to help me at all. And this is the reality of this situation. Like this is the reality. Literally, that's probably the thing that kicked me in the ass the hardest. I was like, "Are you shitting me?" If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. The average American family is going to save $1,350 a year. Oh, bullshit! My shit just went up $1,350 a month. Are you kidding me? No, fuck off.
And even if they drop it, they'll increase medication.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll do it in such a sneaky way. They'll do it like by 2 cents or something. But over time, it costs a flippin' fortune, And they just pump out all these things that are going to be wrong. And they pump out all these viruses. And there's something new. And then they bring out the vaccine and they bring out this new pill. And then you're just a slave. You just land up being a slave. And back in the day, they didn't have this shit. They didn't have medication and people survived back then. I mean, hello.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Food is medicine.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And Canada, like we just did that thing with Canada and the medication where they have cheap medication because their shit's not messed up and ours is. So Trump was like, all right, we're going to get some medication from Canada. And then Trudeau blocked it and was like, no, you're not doing that.
My gosh. I can't even.
Yeah.
I can't even deal with this. Half the politicians are such fucking idiots. Like here in South Africa, the Minister of Health, I think I've told you this before, but the Minister of Health said that years ago, African potato will cure your AIDS.
Dear Lord.
The African fucking potato, the Minister of Health.
It's like 1984, the Ministry of Truth, right? What would the Ministry of Health be? Would be the Ministry of, I don't even know. That's unbelievable.
The situation makes me so nauseous. I want to just vomit in my hands and clap. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, perfect. Always appreciate your input. Definitely good stuff. I agree with Gregory, by the way. I think your accent might be on track to saving the world.
Nothing special. It's a confusion between Australian, American, and English. I mean, really?
Which is why it's fantastic.
I don't know where we fell out.
It's unique. That's why it's fantastic. Okay, so Tamron, you're the best. Anything else while we got you on?
Yeah, if people can just stop laughing at what I'm saying, that'll be great.
Nobody's laughing.
I see some comments.
Nobody's laughing.
It's okay.
Nobody's laughing.
I'll get them later.
It's okay.
I'm kidding.
That's why I'm first to laugh at myself. Because then when everybody else laughs, they're like, oh, we're laughing with them. Yeah. Woo.
No, it's okay. Everyone's got an opinion. I mean, mine sucks just as much as the next guy. But, my view of the world is completely different from anyone else's view of the world. So.
And that's why it's important. That's why it's important. The wisdom of the herd. We're about to get that in a sec. That's why it's important. You get enough people together, and they have more valuable actual data than the experts because they know, like you said.
Yeah.
You have a unique view, as I have a unique view. You get enough of those together, and you don't need experts. Yeah. Yeah.
I just love all of you guys, and I've been following your show almost from the beginning. I think it was about 4 or 5 months into the beginning when you started with Frank, and I just love your show, and I love everybody on it, even the nasty people, but it's okay.
They're out there. Embrace the haters.
That means I'm doing something right.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
exactly.
Ash told me, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing shit. So there you go. There you go.
I love all of you guys so much, and I can't wait for the show.
Thank you for listening. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for all that you do as well. I appreciate it a lot.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, you do.
But thanks.
You just called in and told us a bunch of hot shit. What are you talking about? Come on. All right, so we're going to talk about the wisdom of the herd in a minute, and exactly why your opinion matters, and why mine matters, and why individuals matter. We're going to talk about that in just a sec. So we're going to take a quick break, and because we're about the halfway point here, if you want to hang around, Tam, you're more than welcome. I'm going to just hit music. You want to hang around?
Can I stay on the? Can I stay on the show?
Yeah, of course.
Can I be a part of it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. We're here with Tamara from South Africa, and we're going to talk about the wisdom of the herd here, and some of it, and we're going to actually apply to UFOs. And so it not only applies to just what's happening with COVID and the lockdowns and transfer of wealth from the poorest to the richest people. This also applies to propaganda and UFOs and the UFO gatekeepers. And that's what we're going to talk about in just a minute. So let's take a quick 2-minute break. We're here with Tamron. You're welcome to stay as long as you want, Tam, and we're gonna keep on trucking here. All right. So hang on just a sec. Muting myself. Here is some music. We'll be back in 2 minutes. I don't know if that's been 2 minutes, but I think that's good enough. What do you think? I think it's probably good enough. Probably good enough. All right, let's see. Let's kill this music. Let's kill this music. As much as I like it, good enough. Let's see. Let's see. Which button do I press? How about that one? All right. All right. Welcome back to Troubled Minds Radio. I'm Michael Strange. I'm here with Tamron from South Africa, and we're going to be talking about the wisdom of the herd. And we were talking about Dr. Anthony Fauci and some other things, the experts, the so-called experts that maybe bend what they tell you for a political purpose. And welcome back. How you doing, Tab?
Yeah, I'm okay. Ready to get in it.
All right, let's do it.
The wisdom of the herd.
Wisdom of the herd. It's an important thing. I think it's definitely worth talking about here. So, okay, let me pull this up. And so before we do the wisdom of the herd, I wanted to frame it in the UFO context, okay? We talk about UFOs on this show quite a bit. And I think it's important to not just, like I said, I like to keep one foot in the real world and kind of one foot in the ether if possible. And if you're not looking at UFOs and the way they're talking about this, maybe propaganda wise and whatnot, I think you're missing the boat, because I never have said that I think UFOs are fake. All right, I've never said that. I think they're absolutely 100% real, but I do have a problem with how they tell us what we get from the press, from the media, right, from the government. That's the problem I have with many things, right? But UFOs in particular, because it's all hidden behind the veil of national security. So, okay, let's talk about this real fast. There's this article from the debrief.org, and this is written by Tim McMillan, who's a fine guy. I don't want to shit on Tim McMillan. He's cool. He's a UFO researcher guy, investigative reporter, all this stuff. He's actually one of those guys that he's one of the guys that tries to get the facts straight, right? He has contacts in the government. He spends time on the phone, like you're supposed to do it. Well, he released this article just not too long ago. This is December 3rd, actually. It says leaked photo surfaces of purported unidentified aerial phenomenon, right? And so you can read the article here, blah, blah. I think the most important thing is the photograph. So let me just pop this photograph up, open it in a new tab here, and then we'll zoom in and take a look. Now, this is a it appears to be I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let you guys look at this for a second. Then while I read just a little bit of the article. So if you guys don't know where this came from and what this is, okay, here we go. So the debrief learned of the existence of the photograph from a defense official who has been verified as being in a position to have access to the UAPTF intelligence reports. UAPTF is the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. That's what that is, if you don't know. Additionally, the same two officials with the DoD and one from the U.S. intelligence community with whom we previously spoke confirmed that the leaked image is the same photo provided in a 2018 intelligence position report issued by the same UAPTF. All right. And the photo itself is said to be considered unclassified and for official use only. All right. So blah, blah, so on and so forth. Here's the photograph. So it's taken from an actual, and of course the internet sleuths have jumped all over this and found out what fighter squadron took this and maybe even narrowed it down to the pilot at this point. I don't know. But there's an actual, like a pilot in a military craft flying, and they somehow took a picture outside the window that looks like this. There's an unidentified thing out there. Now, it's been maligned harshly recently in the UFO community because this looks like a balloon. It looks like a kid's balloon. It really looks like a kid's balloon, and they're calling it like a Batman balloon. All right, like that's what we're looking at here. I don't know. Okay, so you tell me if you guys see something else, but this looks very much like one of those Mylar balloons. It's got the silver back. It's got the the thing on the front of it. But this is this is the stuff we get leaked, quote leaked from the government, right? Go ahead. I don't know if you did you hear about this? Have you seen this?
Come on. we have telescopes and all these things that can see planets from a billion miles away, but you're telling me you can't get a close-up and a decent shot of everything that's happening in this photo in our atmosphere? Oh, come on.
Yeah, right. So now we're back. The year is 2020, and we look back to Roswell in 1947 when there was supposedly an alien crash of a flying saucer. They said back then, and they told us it was a weather balloon, right? And now, since we live in the upside down, we have a balloon in the sky. And the picture is being taken by a fighter pilot or a co-pilot or whatever it is from the cockpit of a military aircraft. And now it's a balloon we're being told is a UFO. You see how the world changes? I don't know. Upside down. Like I keep saying it, we live in the upside down. Okay, so now no offense to Tim McMillan, wrote the article. They broke the report, all this stuff. This doesn't look compelling to me without it dancing around the air and doing some ridiculous shit. This looks like a freaking balloon. I'm sorry. That's just what it looks like. I'm not impressed. And it kind of does bring back the conversation, it like takes it back to 1947 style, but reverse. So now we're supposed to believe this is a UFO. Hemorrhoid. Right? Yeah. Todd says it does look like a balloon. and I kind of agree. What's up, Walkman? On I see you there. Let's see, Arc. What's up, Arc Platinum? How you doing? Thanks for showing up. Couple quick shout outs here. Make sure we're giving love to the chat. Let's see, Fred, Lizzie. We got who else? Tourette's. How you doing? Let's see, who else? Let's see. All right. Anyway, okay. So you get what I'm saying, right? 1947, they supposedly said a UFO crashed, and they called it a weather balloon. Now in 2020, we see a balloon. And it gets a photograph taken, and they show it as the UFO, and report it in. Anyway, so okay, I thought the irony was just so thick and so unbelievably rich that we've completely reversed. We've reversed courses now. Now it's the things that used to be normal are now the complete opposite. And so, yeah, okay. So anyway, here's another one. So I have this. I don't know if you can see the stream there. Tam, can you see the stream at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm pulling up a video of a UFO sighting in Brazov. Where is this? I don't even know where that is. Some other country. Here we go. I'm playing it. There you go. My geography ignorance has caught me. Okay. But here we go. So this is on YouTube. I'll link it. You guys can check it out. So you zoom in, you look at this thing, and it looks right. There you go. You look up, there's like a little thing in the sky. It seems to be round. It seems to be maybe silver, kind of maybe tumbling. The wind's kind of appears to be whipping this thing around. I don't know. This is getting some UFO press as well on Reddit. And
he's on blind. Oh, there it is.
It's a tiny, tiny little thing. It's a tiny little thing. Okay. Now, no offense again to whoever took this, but it appears to me that this is a balloon in the sky. I'm sorry. Like the wind is whipping this thing around. It's like I said, why is it not like defying physics? It just seems like it's floating in the wind, if you ask me. Anyway, like I said, it just seems like, is that the wisdom of the herd? No. We're about to get there.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
It is.
You have one person who has 6 months experience in UFO air quote hunting or whatever, and they post this thing, and then they get together. He gets a little clan under him, and now he's telling the truth, and then they spread the word. I mean, that's the mentality that, like you said, the wisdom of the herd. It's not even just fucking ridiculous, actually.
Well, exactly, and not even that. It gets better. It gets better because we have these. So in the UFO community, right? There are these gatekeepers. Okay, where we're literally talking about something that's a highly speculative thing. All right, you have witnesses the world over. Fine. Some of the things we're seeing might be balloons. Sure, fine. Misidentified things. Maybe some top secret in like military intelligence type things that. We don't know they exist yet, so we're fooled by them because we don't know and we think they're UFOs. You know what I mean? There's a ton of that for sure. But there's also a ton of stuff that can't be accounted for. And that's where the wisdom of the herd comes in. Because we're able to say, look, for example, that first photo that looked like a balloon, it came from a military source. All right? Now, the second one was just some person out there, like you or me or anybody else, just taking a video on their iPhone. Right? So you see the difference. It's the way it's framed. One gets a ton of press. Like UFO Twitter was just going nuts over that balloon that was leaked from the military. But now we have one that's, getting a little bit of traction on Twitter, but not Twitter, on Reddit. But it looks like it's the same thing, just an actual video instead of a still image. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you get enough people out there putting their information out, and exactly the reason why we do the show. We've always done this live. We've never had participation like we do now. People jump on and just co-host the show. Welcome to the show, Tambrin.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's good. That's why we do this, because we need to be able to talk to each other and share information. But okay, so that aside, let me ask you while I got you on here. I've never asked you this. Have you ever seen a UFO?
Pardon? Sorry, you broke up for a second.
Have you ever seen a UFO yourself?
No, I haven't.
Okay, never actually saw one. Okay.
But, however, I will tell you a story. When I was little, people are going to laugh, but it's okay. When I was little, on Christmas Day, I saw, and you see in the movies where Santa Claus does his thing and there's sparkles underneath his sleigh. I saw that shit, and that sparked my interest into what I believe up until now. So, I mean, Does it serve a purpose? Was it a thing? Was it something supernatural? You don't just have sparkles in the middle of the sky, high above, in the middle of the night. So there's something there. And that's, yeah.
I'd say that counts as a UFO, no? That totally counts.
I've never seen a UFO shit sparkles.
Well,
but I would like to.
I agree, but maybe it was, and it wasn't actually you know, like maybe you saw like the UFO chemtrail, and that's what it looks like. It looks like sparkles. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just being stupid. Okay.
People need to also understand when it's a real UFO, and this is, you know, research that I've done over the years, is that there is some kind of halo effect around a real UFO. And that's because they literally trap their atmosphere around their ship. And it's their little, air quote, force field. And so that's something to keep in mind when you are looking up at the sky, when you are seeing something. So, you know, sometimes you can't tell whether it's a balloon or an alien spaceship.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would expect if an alien craft came from, like, again, we've talked about this in the past. If you come from Alpha Centauri, right? It's like light years. So if you're traveling at the speed of light and like the way we understand physics, it would take forever, like freaking forever to get here. Like, this is what's going on in these different places. So it's almost no way, in my opinion, that it's just they're from other places like this. There's ridiculous exotic propulsion, which is probably this interdimensional type stuff. So you would expect to see some really weird shit if they can bend space time and do these types of things, you know. So that those sparkles in the sky, to me, that's a UFO. You don't know what the hell's up there. Like, it certainly wasn't a Boeing 747 or something.
I was little, so that, you know, when you have a memory and you relive that memory over time, it becomes like a fax over a fax over a fax. So what I think now could not be exactly what it was back then.
I see.
That's, you know, how memories work.
I see. So you're making a case for why an individual testimony is unreliable, which I agree with you, actually. But when you get enough of them, and they start to say the same types of things, then that's a different story, and that's the wisdom of the herd.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with this. This is NBCnews.com. Check this out. So I don't know if you saw this. This has got, again, a ton of press recently, and of course, it makes me go, all right, so former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. A galactic federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. Haim Eshed said this. Okay, so this guy says it. A former Israeli space security chief said this. So, all right, did you hear about this?
No, but if you're telling me if someone's going to tell me something that's they've been working in the government for and doing secret stuff and they're on their deathbed, then I'll believe you.
And this person is not. This person is not.
Exactly.
All right. Exactly. All right. Let me just read a little bit more from the articles to fill everybody in on what's actually happening here. Quote, the unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. Haim Eshed, a former head of Israel's Defense Ministry's Space Directorate, told Israel's Yedio, I can't say these words. The interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction from after parts were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. That's why it seems like it's bad English, because it was a translation. A respected professor and retired general, Eshed said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. All right, cool. I can buy that. And then he continues that he said there's a cooperation agreements has been signed between species, including an underground base in the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives. And there's an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here, he said. And he added that Donald Trump was aware of the extraterrestrials' existence and had been on the verge of revealing information, but was ordered not to prevent mass hysteria. Okay. All right. Now you know. Thoughts on that?
But that's old news.
It's kind of old news, isn't it?
there's always been speculation over the years that there was a treaty signed and they can experiment on us, but there was supposed to be a certain amount of people that they can experiment on, and also a history line, a lineage line that they can experiment on, and then certain animals and whatever, but it's become out of control. That's what has been said. I'm not saying it's truth. But this has been going on for ages, decades, more, if not.
Yeah. There's the old story about President Eisenhower, I think, that they said that he met with aliens, like in the early 50s, I think. Something like that. I mean, again, this is not new.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the thing I have, it's not, again, so like I said, not against the individual, because the individual, they say what they say. And so is it a personal revelation, or is it something that was spurred on by a government, like the Israeli government, maybe? Who knows, right? Again, this is the type of information or disinformation that you might expect a large, a $1 trillion economy government to dabble in. So again, when I see the information come from people that have worked in the government, it makes my antennas tingle. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
There we go. Wisdom of the herd.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And again, like I said, This guy may be totally legit for all I know. I don't know anything about him, and like I said, the translations were poor and these types of things, but it got a ton of traction, and he could be right. Like again, I'm not saying that could not be real, but what I'm saying is that from the source, and he worked in the space agency of the Israeli country. Yeah, it's like all the stuff they're telling us to come from. It's like the first photograph that leaked. It was a balloon that came from intelligence, from military intelligence. It's like they're playing with us.
Yeah,
they think we're
exactly.
fools.
But what about it was when Hillary's emails leaked out? Then there was an email about one of her emails said that she has to. I'm really quoting out of context here. She has to speak to people regarding the Galactic Federation. We need to get the peace treaty in order, or else they're going to do something about preventing an intergalactic war. That was in one of her emails.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so I think I said this once before, but I think that was an email that came to her from somebody else. I don't think she actually answered it. So correct me if I'm wrong.
She did.
Oh, she did. She actually did. Okay, so I don't remember.
That was her saying that. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember that exact exchange. I thought that the email came from somebody else, and it was kind of somebody just saying some stuff, and she didn't get an answer. I think I may be thinking Podesta, actually. Yeah. Okay. All right. So go ahead.
Why don't I save stuff? I get so angry when I see this stuff. I must save it because they just take it away so fast.
Yeah, comes and goes, doesn't it? It's impossible to find things. Actually, speaking of censorship, guys, just like I've said, everybody remembers it, right? It was only 7 months ago. Fauci said on 60 Minutes, no, you can't wear a mask. You don't wear a mask. It might stop a droplet. Find that clip anywhere on the internet. Find it. It's the Find It Challenge, because I couldn't find it. And I'm telling you, they hide this shit. If you think they're not actually redacting and editing information in real time, just like in 1984, the Ministry of Truth, you're dreaming. This shit goes away if they want it to go away. And find that clip. There you go. There's the challenge.
Sometimes they hide it in plain sight.
Yeah.
And they just remove the meta tags and the tags associated with all the pictures and remove all the links. So check that out.
Yeah, like I said, I can't find it. It was literally on 60 Minutes. It's a very popular show, seeing the world around. But for some reason, you can't find it anymore. I mean, wink, wink, some reason, right? Some reason.
I just take my shoe, and hit people over the head. Oh, I get so angry. Yeah. I just want to punch him.
I agree.
For real.
A couple good comments here. Robert says, this guy claims the aliens reserve their contact only with Israel and the United States. Other countries are not qualified, he wants to know. They claim that claim makes me feel he's making it all up. And that's a good point. That's also a good point.
Yeah.
So do you think the aliens would show up and say, take me to your leader, and they'd want to meet the president? I'm not so sure about that. What do you think?
President, they make a mistake. That's the wrong person.
Yeah, exactly. That's the wrong person. That's not who you should go to.
I've got this. Exactly. I've got this theory: when you travel around the world, you do what the locals do. Well, within reason, but you do what the locals do. So if I was an alien, I'd come here and do what the locals do. Get to know the general pop.
Or just start rounding up people and putting them in camps. That's what the locals do.
Yes, I'll get my karate on like nobody.
Yeah,
I'll nunchuck everybody.
Exactly. It's time to fight back. Exactly. Okay, so all right. So in case nobody saw us, we'll talk about this when I think Ash wants to do a show just on this because he's got some. He was talking about some Farsight stuff that kind of maybe corroborates this a little bit. So we'll talk about this in depth. I just wanted to use this as an example of some of the information that comes out, how it gets reported, and then we're kind of left shrugging our shoulders like, wait, what? Like last week it was like a actual balloon, and now this week aliens are here, but they don't want to contact us because we're just too dumb. I mean, is that what's going on now? Okay, so this is from Twitter, and this is a response from Dave Beatty, and he says this regarding this article: just words. Nothing offered is even a shred of convincing facts. Without any proof, it's just talk. Dates, times, names, meetings, places, companies. Give it all up. And there's a hot take. There's a hot take. Yeah.
Listen, we all want to believe in this. We all do. There's so much evidence. It's not as if it's one person who's saying there's aliens. It's millions of people. So there in itself is evidence. However, we still inside, all of us who haven't experienced this, need a high five from an alien or a hug or a swoop by just to make it official. And that's just what it is. It's just human nature.
Okay, exactly. And so it leads me to this question. And this is really the crux of why I was thinking about this stuff. So what would it take? And I think Frank asked us a long time ago when we did the show way back. But now with all this information coming out, and it's again, right? So is it some wacko saying it? Is it government disinformation? Is it the truth? What is it, right? Like there's so many options here. But what would it take for you personally, everybody out there that's listening, to believe that aliens are here? Like, are we literally waiting for any government of the world to come out and say it, or are we past that? What do you think, Tam?
Because I think we're past the government saying, "Oh, aliens are real," because we all know we all know they're full of shit, and we all know that one day they say something that it's real, and the next one it's not real, and there's no truth between what they're saying in any of it. They're trying to confuse the masses, and once again putting conflict within the majority of people, and that hurts me. I hate that. But I think we still need an air quote, some kind of not invasion, but an alien just to come and say, "How's it? Hi." Just in peace, and not a malevolent one, a decent one. I mean, aliens are portrayed on movies they make it believe that we need to be scared of them. Yes, I'm sure like people, there are bad ones and good ones and whatever, but a nice one would be nice. Come have a beer, let's chat.
Yeah, let's hang out.
And then I'll believe 100%.
Tell us about the universe. Now, here's the thing, right? So think of it in terms of this. This is the craziest part. So I just mentioned that Fauci clip, how they made it go away. So let's say we had an alien somewhere that tried this. They could make that go away, couldn't they?
Easy.
Maybe it happened. Maybe it has happened. I think that's the thing, right? And I think that's why I think you have to keep your mind open to all of these things, because you just you don't know. You don't know. You hear some of these stories that are out there, and it makes you wonder. But if these things were even remotely true, they could make these stories go away. Look how they do it in the digital age. So Robert linked it, says that Fauci doesn't regret telling the. So there's an article discussing it. But again, find the YouTube clip. Find a video of him saying, "No, you don't need to wear a mask." That's what I'm saying. Find the video, guys. If you can find me the video, you win the taco tonight. You win the prize.
Yeah, you win the day.
Exactly. So I think that's the thing. So if they can make something that everybody saw, right? Everybody saw it. Everybody knew he said it back in March. Everybody knew this because they're like, "Oh, okay, well this is the top disease to epidemiologist, whatever. We believe this guy, right? We're supposed to." He's like, "Nah, don't wear a mask." and then now that video's gone. So imagine if an alien showed up somewhere in any capacity whatsoever and tried to say, hey, what's up? We want to tell you about the universe. What do you think would happen?
Would disappear and you'll get a visit from the MIB.
Well, right. So that alien would probably be like, get jumped, right? They'd probably beat him down, boots on the neck, assuming they could. And then, right, everybody around would be, briefed or threatened, shut up, whatever, and then it would disappear. And then they would put a bunch of disinformation around it, like making all kinds of ridiculous claims to cover up the fact that whatever happened. So, I mean, you, like I said, in the digital age, we've all seen it, and you can make it go away. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, but then we kind of need a peace invasion in a way, where the aliens outnumber the military and the police force, where it can't be hidden, But then, the problem is then the government will say, oh, but you need to be scared because they're hostile and all this rubbish. So, I don't know. I think we're being ruled wrongly, obviously, but we voted these people in, so there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, that's it. So if they wanted to, right, given they control the flow of information that we receive, and these things have already happened, maybe many places around the world already, like different governments, right? This information would disappear and be just buried in disinformation. So and maybe
we would disappear.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, if you were the one that shook the alien's hand, yeah, you definitely might disappear. Like I'm with you there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
at least lose a hand.
well, who knows? Maybe they make you grow a third hand, so you've got an extra. You never know.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing, right? See, nobody take me seriously. That's why I make stupid jokes, because I want you to know nobody should take me seriously. Okay, so. All right, so then back to the UFOs then, and so this guy's like, Dave Beatty on Twitter is like, no, there's no facts behind this, no, right? It's just some guy spouting off a bullshit story. All right, so it made me think about the government. Like, okay, so if this came from the government, this story, back again real quick, back to the Israeli, the former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist, and Trump knows about it. All right, back to that real fast. Now it made me think, okay. So we have information come from the government, right? And in particular, we're talking about Israel in this case, but this has been translated, spread around the world, et cetera, so on. And it made me think about the American government, right? Well, because, many people do think about the American government, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And there's this thing called COINTELPRO. You ever heard of this? It's okay.
Pro?
COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO. If you haven't, it's fine. I'm going to read it to you right now. I'm going to
Google it.
Okay, I got a couple things here I'm going to talk about. All right, so this is from this is from the Nation of Islam, right? .com or .org, which you probably didn't know existed, but it does. So check this out. This is
okay.
I'm going to read a little bit about COINTELPRO, and this is proven. There's FBI records. COINTELPRO is an acronym for the Counterintelligence Program that was the official name for the programmatic project conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation under state-sponsored terrorist J. Edgar Hoover. Its stated aim. J. Edgar Hoover was the head of the FBI, by the way, for a very long time. This continues.
Yes.
Its stated aim was the spying on, infiltrating, discrediting, disrupting, and destruction of domestic organizations and individuals it considered subversive. According to the FBI...
But it says here, American political organizations.
Okay, except the point is, do you think they stopped there?
No, of course not.
Of course not. They're out the world over. They're like beating down narratives the world over. So again, right? So kind of back to the theme of the whole show is that the only one that's the enemy is me, is you, is people that think independently and realize that governments make shit up, and they lie to you and they lie to us, and they're literally trying to control our mind with propaganda. And so there's a couple links here. If you guys don't know what this COINTELPRO is, it's amazing. Like, amazingly bad is what I mean. So here we go. Now, this is from Britannica. So we'll go from the Nation of Islam website. Well, so we'll go to another one, to just this encyclopedia. It says COINTELPRO in full counterintelligence program is what it was called, conducted by the FBI from 1956 to 1971 to discredit and neutralize organizations considered subversive to U.S. political stability. It was covert and often used extra-legal means to criminalize various forms of political struggle and derail several social movements, such as those for civil rights and Puerto Rican independence. All right. So again, if you doubt that and you're like, well, maybe this isn't real. Well, one, you're in the wrong place, and two, I've got receipts. There's actual government documents that prove this shit is real. So here we go. I'm linking all this stuff and you guys can check it out. So it just makes me wonder, like about everything, about the nature of our reality, like you end up in these situations where you have to believe the authorities, and the authorities many times have been given a script to lie to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Definitely. Whoa. Okay, I just hit something I shouldn't have. I'm just going to go back. Whoa. The FBI's records vault. Shit. Let me cover my camera.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. That's the one I linked. You're safe. You're safe. I
put on another one.
Oh, you put another one?
The vault.fbi.gov.
Yeah. That's the one I just shared. Okay. That's the one I just shared. So those are the actual.
Oh my God.
Actual FBI records. And so they went after white hate groups. They went after the New Left. They went after the Puerto Rican groups, black extremists, the hoodwinks, whoever that is, the Cuba Socialist Workers Party, espionage programs. Like, there's actual documents here. This was a thing. This was an actual thing, okay? And so if you, again, right? I think the problem is with like politics, and it's all brainwash. And so you end up, when you get these people that are so into it that they're ready to fight in the streets, like it's all concocted, right? Like this is all you've been told that, hey, these are the lines of communication and you can't cross them, or it's fighting words. And so people believe it. I mean, like, you just pull up any go on Facebook. Yeah. Well, that's it. Like the fear of the unknown. The threat of the other side. Exactly. Go ahead. You're on to something.
But if you go to COINTELPRO Wikipedia, it says 1956 to present.
Right.
So it didn't end.
Right.
And that's on Wikipedia. Okay, well, Wikipedia. But anyway, it's quite disturbing. Everything is monitored. Every single one. What I'm saying now is being flagged and tagged, but they can see I'm no threat.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm a little bird.
I think that's the thing. So they gauge your threat level, and then they act on it when you become a threat. So we're not a threat yet. We're just not a threat. So because we're like, hey, look, we can change things in a peaceful way. That's literally been one of the main scopes of this show. Like we, by getting together, and again, we're about to get to the wisdom of the herd in a sec, but by leaning on each other and our collective experiences, we are smarter than the experts that they present to us. All right? We are. Even though we
are, because we are the collective. This is the thing that people need to understand. We are, as a human race, a collective, and we are connected in some way or form. We have this magical internal power that this is why I think aliens are very interested in us. It's because we can, from conscious to subconscious, we can go into parallel dimensions, or whatever you want to call it. What is it called?
Remote viewing.
Remote viewing, yeah, and we can attach emotion from our spirit to our soul to our body. We can do all of it together, and I don't think other species have this magic magnificence that we have. I think this is why they're so interested in us, because our souls are so valuable, and we are used as a commodity for the government because they know that. This is how unique we are in the universe. And they want to control us. At the end of the day, it's all about money. When there's this whole thing about when you are born that you've got this, they invest in you. You're a piece of commodity to the government where they can sell you or whatever. Your birthright, your birth certificate is valuable. And you can actually claim that money against your name. And it's so sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, commodities, animal. Back to the rats in the cage, cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, right? So this is what I'm saying. It can only last for so long, right? Until right. Now, again, people the world over think Americans are insane with their guns. All right. Now, do you understand? Think about it deeply. Do you understand? When there's nothing left, when they've taken everything from you, what do you have left?
We have more than everyone thinks we have. If everyone just knew what we have inside it, mentally, cognitively, you have everything. But this is also a journey each person has to learn and go through when they realize they're not just physical, where they actually believe that you are energy, and you attract whatever you can possibly put your mind to. And energy, when you attach, this is this guy that I actually was researching, and he was saying the way it's very earthly, but the way he said he made his millions is he attached the thought of what he wanted, the actual physical thing, and he meditated on it so deeply where he made this movie out of it. So say, for instance, he wanted this car, and in his mind's eye, he made this whole movie where he attached emotion to it, where he was so happy that he got his car and he was driving to places, and he attached this happiness and joy, and he did this, and then he would that car would come to fruition. So if we just knew how powerful we are internally with our energy and our consciousness, I mean, the world is our oyster. We can literally move mountains.
I agree. And it's the same sort of thing, right? So I wasn't trying to bring up guns as like a let's shoot them type of situation. But once they've taken everything from you, all you have left is to take it back, right? Like, that's it. Like, there's only two options, right? You succumb or you fight, and that's it. That's what I'm saying. And so there's many ways of fighting back, and it doesn't have to come to guns. I'm just saying, like, hey, when people are starving in the streets, these are the things you ask for, you know, like
a gun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would imagine you would be, but it's just It is, but again, right. But back to what you're saying, I'm with you 100%. It doesn't have to be pulling triggers, right? It doesn't have to be that. It can be something else. It can be something else when we get together and put enlightened minds together, like you said. It's just there are ways. There are ways around this. We don't have to do the same thing over and over again, right? Like they say, the same thing over and over again, expecting different results is insanity. The definition of insanity.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
Matteo Alberto, I don't think you're my fan. You're not liking what I'm saying, but it's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, welcome to my world.
You're a good guy.
Everything I say pisses off half the people, and then I say something else, and it pisses off the other half. So, well, whatever.
You're our wisdom of the herd, you know?
Yeah. Well, no.
That's why we come to the show.
Well, but again, to get together, I think that's the point here. All right, so let's get to wisdom of the herd. Here we go. So this is from Wikipedia. This is actually how it's defined, and this is fantastic. I didn't realize it actually went so far back, but let's look at this real quick, and we'll talk about this. All right, so this is exactly what we're saying. So now, regarding UFOs or regarding COVID and lockdowns or autonomy and individual liberty and the rest of this, it applies to all of it. From Wikipedia, which I like to call the Ministry of the Truth, says this: the wisdom of the crowd is the collective opinion of a group of individuals rather than that of a single expert. This process, while not new in the information age, has been pushed into the mainstream spotlight by social information such as sites such as Quora, Stack Exchange, Wikipedia, not really Wikipedia, you partisan lying sacks, Yahoo Answers, which is probably the cesspool of the internet, but you get the point, right? And other web resources that rely on collective human knowledge. An explanation of this phenomenon is that there is an idiosyncratic noise associated with each individual judgment, and taking the average over a large number of responses will go some way toward canceling the effect of this noise. So, of course, given like a particular, a topic, let's say UFOs, all right, because that's a theme of this show. given that you ask 1,000 people what they believe about UFOs, right? You can probably say that the information you get from those 1,000 random people are going to be far better than you would expect, even from the best UFO, quote, expert, which gets their information from the government, by the way. So just saying. But have you heard of this, Wisdom of the Crowd, before tonight?
Touched on it briefly, but I didn't really go into it. It didn't pique my interest at the time.
No problem. Okay, so...
But I get what you're saying. It's the collective. It's the us. It's the we. And it's factions of what you believe in at that particular time. And you speak to one person, that one person in that group has the same idea as the rest of the group, as the rest of the herd. And yeah.
Exactly right. And so here we go, a little bit more. Trial by jury can be understood as at least partly relying on wisdom of the crowd, right? So think of it in terms of that. So you have lawyers, right? That are, like lying, cheating, stealing sons of bitches that know the law. They're experts in the law, okay? And then you have the judge, who's also an expert in the law. But what they do is they take evidence, they take testimony, and they make a case before a bunch, let's say 12, of non-experts. And those are the individuals that actually determine the truth of the situation. So you see, in the zeitgeist, in government, in society, we determine the truth. We don't have to wait for them at all. We don't have to wait for Fauci to tell us the aliens are here, right? Yeah, you got it. Go ahead. Exactly.
That's the trick of it. They give you one iota of power and make you believe you have the final say. Meanwhile, they've got you by the neck. And they're shaking your head, telling you, nodding you every which way they can nod your head. Because inevitably, they're telling us what to do and what to believe. And it's sad. It's sad. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Again, right? Like I'm not a pacifist, but I do believe that we can get things done by avoiding violence, right? I think violence is the last measure. That's my opinion. And in many places in the world, they don't think that. Like in many places in the world, like violence is the first thing you do. You look at some of these communist regimes. But that's what they grew up. Well, that's their reality. We can't compare our reality to a war-stricken country where they wake up every day and their first immediate thought is fight. So we can't. I can't compare my life to theirs. So, and that's the problem. We're not collective. We're not seeing as ourselves as a we, and this is the government's fault. We are separated into factions of unbelievers.
And not only that, they do it intentionally. You're right. So they separate us intentionally. Yeah. All you got to do is turn on anything, and it's like you see, like funny that the COINTELPRO was from the what was it? I started reading it was from the Nation of Islam, and it actually referred to a president, the head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, as a state-sponsored terrorist, right? Which, I mean, that may be right, actually. It may be pretty accurate, but like... It's pretty true, right? I thought it was hilarious when I read it. I was like, wow, this shit is like... They probably don't let these guys speak, anywhere. Like they probably shut it down. Like these guys are probably the targets of the COINTELPRO, right? And it's still going on. This is still going on. Like they always put these dates in Wikipedia and stuff or wherever that say, oh, it ended in 1988. No bullshit. No. Bullshit. They named it something else and they're still doing it.
Well, exactly. It's just changed to something that you'll never find.
Yeah.
But it's there in front of you.
Yeah, well, it's there listening to you on your Amazon Alexa or whatever's going on. they've changed
I don't have
with
that
the
shit
technology.
in my house, no ways.
Yeah, do you have any of that stuff in your house?
No ways. I've got a smart TV, I've got a QLED, and that's as far as I'm going. I'm not having Alexa or Sarah or nothing in my house.
Yeah, no
ways. Not with the stuff I talk about.
I'm gonna become that guy that's like the old dude that has like a TV from like 1996 that he hasn't he never upgraded because it
and
still
a walkie-talkie.
works. Yeah, exactly. And I'm still driving a car from back in the day because it doesn't have like chips put in it, like factory chips.
Exactly.
Like I'm driving like a 1999 truck.
Geez, how scared are we?
Well, it's not that, right? I don't think it's
paranoia.
Well, it's not. I'm not afraid because okay, here's the thing though. So given all that, where it may be true, I avoid it where I can. I know if they want to track me, they can track me. You know what I mean? Like they would literally, they would like once I gain enough attention, I expect it even. So it's fine. I'm not tripping on that. But I'm not gonna like just give them like the tools in my own home to freaking do it. Cameras to watch me with and shit. Fuck that. Not doing that. But yeah, it's a.
I just want to answer, John Leonard's question. He keeps saying, "Why do I keep hearing birds?" Dude, I'm in Africa. There's like nature all around me.
Yeah,
all around me.
Which sounds fantastic.
That's why you're hearing birds.
The nature sounds good to me.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, people think, we are a third world country. Yes, we are. But we have beautiful homes and I live in an estate. And there's just, it's called the Wilds Estate, the irony. But there's just nature all around me and I love it. I sit outside and I work and that's what you hear. Sorry,
that's fantastic.
That bothers.
No, it's good. Nobody's bothered. That's fantastic. You're good. You're totally good. Here we go. Let's see. Robert says he found the Fauci video. See, challenge accepted. All right, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to play it. It's going to watch. It's going to
brilliant.
No, I'm going to wait till the end though, just because it's going to take us down. Hold on. I'm going to pull this link up right now though, and we're not going to play it right this second because that would be bad. It'll just take us right off the internet. So as we finish, this will be the last thing we play. I'm going to pull it up though. Come on, see, this isn't my first rodeo. Come on now. I've been taken off mid-show. Okay. All right. There we go. Got it. All right. Got it. I got the link. Okay. Okay. So now back to the wisdom of the herd. All right. Now again, and I think the whole point of this is I'm trying to make the case that we're not dumb guys. Like we are enlightened individuals. We're intelligent beings. And the more we group together and help each other, the smarter we become. That's really the point, right? And again, you could apply it to anything. You could apply it to UFOs. You could apply it to government. You could apply it to you name it. You name it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. And so the point is that instead of this division that they're trying to like shove down our throats constantly, is that we should be asking our neighbor, right? Asking people like this in an open forum on the internet, like, hey, what do we think about this? Reading the chat, going to this, having Tamron on, having Ash on, having Eddie on, having whoever else wants to be on the damn show. You guys are all welcome.
Eddie.
You guys are all welcome. Sorry, go ahead.
Have Kelly on the show. He's brilliant.
Kelly, exactly. Yeah, Kelly. Agreed. Like there's so many people that have been on this show that have taught us an amazing amount of things. And you think about it, right? Like no one person knows it all. It's impossible. But you get enough of us together, and we get pretty damn close to knowing it all, don't we?
Yes, because we can fill in the blanks of each other's intelligence or our research, and it kind of forms this great fundamental, starting point of where we can build up, and we just come to a great point. I love it.
Exactly right. So here we go. This is from the powermoves.com. Let's read a little bit more about the wisdom of crowds. Okay. And, again, like I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. I'm trying to reinforce the fact that you belong here and your opinion matters, because enough of them together, they form a bond, and that bond can change many things. That's really the point. So let's read some of this. And this is, let's see. So the bullet summary is this. Collective wisdom is, in many instances, superior to the individual's wisdom of even the biggest expert. We can leverage collective wisdom with decentralized systems designed to take advantage of crowdsourced decision-making. There are important limitations of crowd wisdom, most of sociological nature, that we must be aware of. Okay, like everything, we need to be aware of our limitations. No problem. This continues. Actually, let's just read the bullet points. Let's see. Where are we at time-wise? Oh, we're good. All right, so the first one here. Crowds make better decisions than individuals. Does that surprise you to hear that?
does, but I understand it because we've been indoctrinated to say that, or to that old saying was one person is of sound mind, but a group of people are chaotic. That's what I've been taught my whole life.
Which sounds like a fantastic advice to me. And so here's a few examples regarding that, actually. So a crowd guessing the weight of an ox better than an individual in the crowd did. And here's actual link to the full story. We're not going to go into the minutia details, but again, you guys have the links. You guys can follow all this stuff and check it out. There's actual science to back this stuff up, right? Which they don't want to actually ever address, because then they would have to admit that the experts they're telling us that are saying this bullshit really is kind of just bullshit. It's what one expert's opinion is. And so, anyway, this continues.
Yeah, like school.
Yeah, right? Yeah, like the bad teacher. The bad teacher you had in third grade. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A group of people guessing the location of a lost submarine better than any single individual in the group. There's another example. Or a third example. The crowd actually of the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire providing better answers than any single expert. Like, again, does that surprise you guys? I don't think so. Like, I don't think this is revolutionary, but I think that these are the things that they don't want us to believe about ourselves, right? Like you said, it's division.
Yeah, but like, how large is the crowd? You know what I mean? I mean, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's people at home who are sitting individually. But if you put all those people together, it's going to be hysteria. Because everyone's opinion is right.
No, you know, I was about to I had to do it. No, I was about to just say, Tamron, you're wrong. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. I want to learn. Tell me why I'm wrong.
No, there was no good reason. It was just a bad joke. Because you. Anyway. All right. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
All right. So no. But I think the problem is that once it gets so large that it's worth brainwashing for you know what I mean? I think this is when we have the problem, right? So decentralized is the point where people go about their own way and they meet for a particular period of time and then they get together and then they go their own way, right? And they bring the knowledge back. If you have like a group of people who are indoctrinated in like the political way, in the red blue way, or the whatever way, that live it 24 hours a day, those people are not part of the process because they've already been brainwashed. They've already been told what to think and what to expect and how far the conversation is allowed to go and when to get mad. Like they know all the trigger points, and then they do all the things they've been told. They get mad, right? When you say this or you say that, they get mad. So that's what I'm saying. So it's more about the not really the size of the group even, or I guess about the decentralization of there's not a particular power in there trying to brainwash people left or right or up or down or backwards or forwards. Like everybody's allowed to move in those directions freely, and then of course as a result, given open communication, they'd come to a middle. They'd come to like a natural center there and agree even. I think that's the thing.
Maybe it's the emotional intelligence of the group, because someone who's not emotionally adept would be easy to conform, easy to manipulate, and easy to brainwash, whereas someone who asks questions, who's emotionally mature and empathetic, will ask a why, a question of tell me more, why, I want to learn, all those things. Whereas the others who are the fighting narcissists will tell you, no, but that's what I haven't been taught that way. This is how it is. This is how it's been. I don't know.
No, that's perfect. And I think that's the point, right? So like, this is what I believe in this moment in time. And yesterday may have been different than today. And tomorrow I may think something different than I did today as well. However, you're willing to change your mind. You said,
yeah,
maybe I'm wrong. And that's the point, right? I think we have to be, I think the wisdom of the herd, you have to have a certain amount of humility, right? You have to understand that everything that comes out of your mouth may be absolutely wrong. But if you can bounce it off of people you trust and have a conversation, then you still go home not feeling like you got your ass kicked or that you ridiculed or made fun of or whatever, right? And then you still come back to meet and talk the next day or the next week or whatever it is, right? Or Tuesdays and Fridays, as the case may be. I think that's the thing. It's important.
Yes.
It's important. These things are important. Okay, so anyway, there's more here. So there's proof that crowds are smart. All right. Again, straight from this, thepowermoves.com, the wisdom of crowds. The author says the fact that very few people can beat the market is proof that the crowd is very good at making decisions. Talking about the stock market. If so few people can beat the market, why do we cling to the idea that the right expert will save us? Quoting "Fooled by randomness." Exactly. The author also says that those who do eventually beat the market are rarely beating the market because of their expertise, but simply the product of randomness. I don't know about that. I think there's something to be said for not randomness.
Randomness, but also, like luck?
Yeah, I believe in luck, but I don't believe that luck is everything, right? So I think there's something to be said for a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of practice, and the skill necessary in what you're doing. So I don't know if I agree with that entirely, but the point being is that they're saying that, like, think about it. If there was like the expert in the stock market that we go to for information was such an expert in the stock market, they wouldn't be giving out information about the stock market. They'd be on a yacht with supermodels sipping Mai Tais. You know what I mean? Exactly. They wouldn't be doing what they were doing. They'd be doing something else. So I think that's right.
They wouldn't reveal their secrets to just everybody. No one does that.
No.
You found a golden ticket, you keep that shit.
Right? I would think so. Or it becomes a bronze ticket. I think that's probably...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unfortunately. All right. Let's see. Where are we at time-wise? We're good. Okay. All right. So here's number 3. You need 5 elements for a wise crowd. It says, not all crowds are wise, and as we shall see, some of them are irrational and plainly do stupid stuff. You could attribute part of that to me. Here are the 5 elements which are necessary for... There you go. See? And we're willing to admit it. It's okay. Number 1, diversity of opinion. Individuals must draw different background and beliefs and base their opinion on private information. How about that?
You can keep your private information to yourself.
Yes, but still use that as the basis for decisions that you make. We are in different parts of the world, in completely different cultures, and we agree on a shit ton of things. And we would agree on a shit ton of things, or disagree on a shit ton of things as well, but we wouldn't hate each other because of it. We might change each other's mind. Yeah. So there's, again, but the private information can stay private. But again, in a surveillance state, or what Tim Cass said, let me play that clip again from the very beginning, just to kind of wrap all of this back into what we're talking about. Did you hear that? Did you hear when he said that? It's quick. It's like 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Let's play this. Yeah. This is critically important. Tim Cass says this, and he's actually where I learned the wisdom of the crowd from. Smart guy. Tim Pool, check him out on YouTube. He's got like 1 million followers. He doesn't need me plugging him, but this is why. Smart dude.
But if you mean to tell me that right now your solution is sacrifice people and strangle them and transfer the wealth from the poor to the wealthy, I'm sorry, that's just psychotic. The ends don't justify the means, because you will never meet the ends. Without humanity and our ability to love and live freely, then what's the point of preserving any of it if we become authoritarian, despotic, Borg-like cultures or society? Why bother succeeding if we just become a masochistic and oppressive machine that generates nothing but suffering? Now, I think there's things we can do to help the planet. This ain't it.
This ain't it. This ain't it.
That's the thing. I mean, most people around the world believe that. But the elite don't. They want to rule the world because we're a commodity. It's all about money at the end of the day. It's control and who's got the most of everything. And so what he's saying is 100% true, but he's talking about the individuals who don't have a say in what goes on in the world. We don't have a say.
Exactly. And so, and that's the thing, right? And so actually, I don't care. Like I get criticism, not very much, because whatever. But if people think I lean left or I lean right or I do this or I do that, like it seems like whatever it is, I do my best to not be, because I believe in people. Well, of course, but I believe in people's ability to make their own decisions, right? And so that in and of itself is revolutionary again, right? I think that's the problem. That's the problem with what we're talking about here. That's the problem with why like these types of conversations don't go viral. This is like there's a lot of problems here with independence, which leads us to this. Part 2. So diversity of opinion is 1. Number 2, individual's opinion for the wisdom of the crowd must be independent and not swayed by the group. You see.
What?
So you need to be able to go home and decide and think about it on your own based on the conversations you had and the information you've received, and make up your own mind about it, and not have Jimmy down the block shout you down and gaslight you and threaten to get you fired from your job if you don't believe what he believes. But that's not where we're at.
But that's the problem. Exactly.
That's a huge part of the problem. Exactly right. And then anyway, it's a decentralization. There's a few more. Let me just buzz through these real fast. Like we can go through this and go slow. Just pace it however we got to pace it. Okay, so here we go. So to make the group functional and keep working, the system also needs aggregation. There must be a system that from the decentralized individuals aggregates the private judgment into collective wisdom, right? So there's got to be a way to tabulate who says what, and then, kind of boil it down to the middle. And again, I'm not talking about mob rule, right? Because mob rule just means if you have a slight advantage and people shouting louder and threatening more violence, it doesn't mean it's correct. Right? Yeah. That is not the wisdom of the crowd. That is the opposite. No. So you got to be careful. This is not basic pure democracy I'm talking about. Just so you understand. Okay. And number 2, so aggregation, somebody's got to be able to tabulate this and keep this aggregate the private judgment into the collective wisdom, and then trust. Each individual must trust that the group is fair and that punishment is handed out for the rule breakers. And of course that would include even the people at the top. Even the people at the top.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Oh, the world we live in. Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? That's where we're at. That's what we're talking about. That's why this is, it's important. And so I think, I don't know, like sometimes these conversations, I get a little bit out there, like thinking about things. I get a little bit out there and I go on tangents, right? But I think it's okay because we end up, hopefully you learn something, right? Because I certainly do. I think the best part about all this, aside from all of you guys, first is all of you guys, is the best thing about this entire show. From the beginning to right now, is all the amazing people I've met and connected with through this show. And then 2.
Yeah, the best.
Is the second is all the shit I've learned because I've forced myself to learn it, because I feel like I have to bring something to the show every time, you see? So like I'm constantly forcing myself to learn and change and grow, and, and it may not be apparent, it may, but it doesn't matter because it's changed me tremendously, the things that I've learned. So it's, again,
and
right?
That's all that matters, really.
That's all that matters, right? Exactly. Except for all you guys, which is number 1, like I said. So there we go. I just want to make sure, like I do not, what do you say? What's the best way to put this? I do realize that without all of you out there right now, it's just me mumbling to myself in a corner. That's the most important thing. Okay, so limitations of the wisdom of crowds. It's true. The author goes on from this book into sociology and social psychology. He talks about the herd behavior and a few well-known sociological experiments, and he says, if too many people adopt the same strategy, then the strategy stops being sensible and the crowd stops being smart. Does that sound familiar at all? That sounds an awful lot like political indoctrination to me.
Yeah, exactly.
The crowd,
like I said, it's the same stuff over and over and over and over. It's just the different way they present it. And it's kind of like a memorandum. Okay, this is what happens when you leak this, and this is what happens next, and then it's this. So it's the same procedure, just in a different way, masked a different way.
Exactly. The framing war. They're trying to tell you what to think and when to think it, and if they're going to lie, cheat, and steal to do it, they'll do it. So there's more here, right? So there's, again, there's bigger problems. We're not going to get into political problems. They go into the tax system here, vindictive players, hierarchies, and power dynamics. Like it gets more in depth, and this is like the somebody wrote a whole book on this, right? So whatevs, again. So they're an individual, right? So they're just an expert. We are the wisdom of the crowd. Shut up. Next link. Shut up, expert. All right, here we go. So there's a couple more. I'm gonna paste some of these, and we can just talk this out. There's no reason to really go through the rest of this because we're framing this with UFOs, right? And I think that's the thing that drives me the most insane about most conversations is that is somebody out there is always trying to drive a narrative somehow, some way, right? Always. And that's okay. I think honestly that's okay because I do it too. I'm human. But like me always shitting on Tom DeLonge and To the Stars and these guys, right? Like I do that quite a lot. But I also, if you disagree with me, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like ostracize you or like make a fool out of you or like spit in your face and hang up the phone on you, and you know what I mean? Like I think that's the thing. Like we have to be able to like be adults and disagree and still be friends. Still realize that we can get along and disagree.
Well, you need to also understand that people are also, we're not stupid. We can also hear the intent behind your voice, the intent behind the information you reveal, and the intent behind the government. We understand where you come from. Your intent is to spread the word through love and to spread the word through engaging people and getting the word out there and opening their minds. Where the intent behind everything else in terms of government and what they're trying to do is harmful. And we're smart enough to know the difference. So what you say, whether we agree or not, we all do believe the intent behind it is worthy of listening and worthy of taking note.
Hey, look at that. I think I got a fan here. Thank you. That was very nice. That was very nice.
I am a fan.
But again, you're right. Like this is not a charlatan act. This is not trying. Like I don't come out here every night trying to fool people. And I think you're right. That's pretty apparent.
Okay.
Okay. So how would you? Okay. So let's just shit can this. I'm going to drop the last couple links here. Actually, wait. That's the Fauci link. We're not going to do that just yet. But okay. So given this, right? I think that there's so many things that we talk about that are many times common sense, like just kind of good old fashioned Hobbit common sense, like they said from Lord of the Rings. It's like we like these things we already know. Like there's so many things that we already know about ourselves and about the world around us, but we're constantly being gaslighted and told the opposite, right? Like if you think, hey, like my opinion matters, and so somebody stomps on your neck and tells you it doesn't. Right? They tweet at you and say you should get fired from your job, like I said, or these types of things, right? Like you end up doing this and you doubt yourself, right? You start to doubt the things that make you that supreme being, that beautiful soul, all the things, whatever you want, like it's all a journey. Like I said, yesterday's different from today and tomorrow's different from today as well. Like we're all on that journey. And I don't know. Just, I think sometimes, like, I think it may be a little too basic. Like, I think tonight's a little too basic, what we're talking about. But I think there's deeper levels to this when you apply it to yourself and the environment around you, right? Like, if you got...
Well, that's the problem. You say all these things, which is so 100% true, but then you have life on Earth where you have to fill up your life. People think you have to fill up your life, and you have to go to work, and you've got to come back, and you've got to eat, you've got to sleep, you've got to go to work, all these things. So you don't really have time. You don't give yourself time to delve into a topic like the wisdom of the crowd. You don't have time to think deeper on a deeper level. It takes so much time. It takes a lot of research, a lot of inside work, and so people tend to read a topic and make an assumption and then carry on with their lives because it's been so filled with everything else and TV.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's part of the problem with the system as well. Like if you want to go to systemic with that, is that it seems like, you know, we go to whatever level of education we go to, and then we just stop learning, right? And then we just start watching Netflix and, you know, eating popcorn on the couch. and you know, no offense.
Because life is so hard, you want to zone out.
Yeah. I think that's part of it, right? It's like I think that's the fire that burns bright in me. Is I always want to know more, you know. Like I want to know why what I believed yesterday is not what I believe today, and it changes. It does. It changes. And so the more you learn, the more you can maybe reconcile that and turn it into something better. You know, again, there's so many people that just have no hope for humanity. Like I'm not sure. Somebody joined the Discord last night. Shout out to you. I can't remember your name because there's too many names, but. I actually, like, it was the doom and the gloom, and I was like, hold on, no, like I said doom dinner, but I was like, what I really meant to say is I prefer to sprinkle a little bit of hope in my doom burger, right? That's really what I meant to say.
Absolutely. You know, that's the thing that's been coming up a lot in my life lately is hope. It's such an underrated emotion, and to spark a little bit of hope in someone's life, you could turn that person's life 180 degrees. If we just all just did a little bit of that, I think we'd be different people.
I think so. And then, you know, instead of, you know, when somebody falls, to like kick them and, you know, spit on them, like help them back up, you know, like it's okay. We all make mistakes. I think that's the problem. Like, you know, like go on social media and type something stupid, right? And like hashtag it where a lot of people are going to see it. Watch what happens. Nobody's going to understand.
You know what pisses me off?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll give an example. There's people who post stuff on. I mean, I love Jim. I really do. So they'll post a video on Facebook about how this guy's using the equipment completely wrong. I mean, yes, it is very funny. But instead of posting it and shaming this poor guy, go up to him and show him the right way. You know, it's just a little bit of kindness, man.
And again, back to the common sense. It just doesn't seem like it's
common sense.
Yeah, you know, like nobody likes to be shit on, and everybody makes a mistake. So when you make a mistake, right?
Oh yeah,
right? It's just, again, common sense.
Knives.
Common sense. Like, and this is the thing, right? Trust me, it's very difficult to like talk about this stuff and not, at least in my opinion, like, and not sound like you're some dickhead preacher, you know, telling people how to live their lives. You know what I'm saying? That's not it, right? Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. It becomes a fine line. You can end up a little bit too preachy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so again, I respect your choice.
What's the basis of the message? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's kindness.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it doesn't have to be, like you say, all doom and gloom, which is what we live in every single day with the news and the people and the whatever. Just be happy, post something funny, do something, just be kind. And that's really your message, kind of.
And it resonates. Like you being goofy and smiling at somebody you think may not be anything, but it may be everything to them. You never know. You just never know. You never know. So anyway, all right. So we got a few minutes left here. Anything else that's on your mind while we got you on here, and as we finish this out?
No, I think I've talked out for the day.
No,
I've got to work now.
Oh, did it?
Crazy.
See, I talked you out.
Crazy. No, you like totally from. I'm worried about if there was ever a drinking game and you'd drink me under the table.
Hell yeah, I would. Hell yeah. We should. We need to do like every once a month a drinking game stream. Every time Michael Strange says a particular word,
a stream. Yeah,
everybody's got to drink. Okay. So
alien.
Yeah, there you go. Alien. Every time alien comes up, everybody's got to drink. Okay. All right. So this is the deal. Like I said, this is not like mind blowing stuff, right? But it is in what's that? Hold on. What's that quote? What is that quote? So, when everybody has lost their minds, right? And truth is scarce. I can't remember. I'm paraphrasing probably 3 different quotes here. when you speak the truth, it's actually revolutionary, right? And there's a truth. There's like a universal truth that's built into people, into their DNA. We understand right from wrong without religion, without the law. We understand these things. Okay? Like you can see it in children. They know. They know when they screwed up.
Oh, they know.
The hell yeah, they know. You don't even have to tell them. But if you let them get away with it constantly, they turn into little shits and then turn into terrible human beings. Like that's the problem.
Well, this is the thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You don't want to create this terrible adult. And I instill this in my kid as well. You know, you've got to have ownership of what you've done wrong. You've got to accept responsibility. You've got to, and I'm not being mean and I'm not grounding you for no reason. It's because I don't want you to become this specific adult it's nasty and you think you can lie, cheat and steal and get away with it, because children will take a chance. It's just they need to be held accountable. And if more parents did this, you know, you'd have decent human beings holding themselves accountable and realizing that the choices that they've made in life were their choices. It wasn't anyone else. It wasn't the world doing them in. They made those choices and they need to hold themselves responsible. And within that, you can grow and learn and see how to become a better person, how to grow from that.
Yeah. And holding somebody accountable doesn't mean gaslighting them and getting them fired from their job and ruining their life. That's not what it means. No. That's not at all.
Awful.
That's awful. And that's where we've come. That's where we're at. And that's unfortunately what the world is about these days. It's terrible. Quick shout out to Wu-Tan Dan. What's up, buddy? Stream buddies, how you doing? Yeah, I was on a stream the other day on Twitch. Wu-Tan Dan on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I think that you guys know what I think. We're going to do this. Like sometimes I get a little bit soppy here, and sometimes I get a little bit emo. But sometimes I get a little alien. Sometimes I get a little bit militant. So I think a nice mix is from time to time. You never know what you're going to get. Maybe next time we talk about the Galactic Federation. Thank you. But we're done. Yeah. We're finished. This is the end. We got a couple minutes left. So this is TamBam from South Africa. Again, like I said, different, like half a world away, literally, right? And so here we are, able to have a conversation with completely different lives in completely different parts of the world, with completely different worldviews, and somehow, well, I think we're still friends. You know what I mean?
Well, today, because tomorrow your opinion might change and
That's true.
think I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
You never know. Let me know.
And then I'll post on social media to get you fired. No, never.
Don't you
But yeah, do you have a website or anything like that? Any social media? Do you want to remain anonymous? Or what do you think? Do you want to plug anything?
You can send me a Facebook friend request. I mean, I will, research you to death like a stalker if you friend request me. That's just how I roll. But my business is purely for girls. It's a beauty industry thing, and I'm an influencer. So it's really got nothing to do with the show or anything interesting.
Still though,
it's purely.
How do you know? How do you know though? Are you selling something? If you're selling something, come on, put it out there.
Myself, my hair. Okay. I'm an influencer for beauty products and hair, and I'm a graphic designer. It's nothing special. But everything that's pretty in the world, that's what I do.
Okay. Wait. So do you have an Instagram? Okay. Anyway, if you want to share any of that stuff, please send it over. I'll link it and as at the top of the show notes. Okay. If you don't, that's fine. I understand. I just wanted to give you the opportunity.
I don't mind. It's just thanks. I don't mind. It's just it's got nothing to do with the show or anything. It's really just purely earthly crap.
It doesn't matter.
You got to make money.
But it doesn't matter because people out there understand you and may love your vibe and may want to support you. So that's where it comes in.
It's so superficial.
Okay. All right. Fine. Got it. If you change your mind, you let me know. If you change your mind, let me know. Ark, good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it a lot. All right. We're done. I want to point out one thing real fast. So Ark Platinum actually on Twitch. He's been listening there, kind of quiet for a little while, and then he sent me a message to get me go do an interview with Johnny Now, which I did. And then he's also helped me with Twitch, actually. I didn't understand and realize that you can monetize Twitch. So here's the thing. Let me explain real fast. Exactly. So, and not only that, you can monetize Twitch and help this show in a way that doesn't even cost you anything more than you're currently paying. Like me to explain?
Cool.
Yes, right? Okay, there's this company called Amazon. Many people have heard of them. There's this service called Amazon Prime, all right, that many people have.
Yes.
If you have Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe to a Twitch channel one time per month for the entire year you've paid for Prime. And what that does is it sends $5 to the channel that you've subscribed to. And it doesn't cost you any more at all whatsoever. All you have to do is link your Twitch account and then click subscribe to Troubled Minds. And you've monetized me, and you haven't cost yourself a penny other than a few seconds to click around and make it happen.
I think that's so important.
Isn't that sick?
Because, you do... It's so important that you do get monetized in a way. I really do believe in this because you've got it's all your software, and if you've got a technical issue, you've got to call out someone, and all those things add up, and all you're trying to do is spread the word. So if there's any way anyone can help, I mean, I'll do that immediately to monetize, to go up on Amazon Prime and subscribe, and for you, of course, for the show, for sure.
There you go, right? And again, it literally costs you nothing but a few minutes of your time, and then think about how so if everybody was like in the same manner and like, hey, we could do this, and suddenly maybe, who knows, maybe we're doing 5 nights a week. You know what I'm saying? It allows me to like focus on just this and not other things. So there's a lot there. It's pretty cool. I just figured it out, just found it out. We got a couple people who've subscribed already. Shout out to Axel. Shout out to Ark, who actually turned me on to the program. I had no idea it was a thing. So if you want to, all you got to do, create yourself a Twitch account. You could be a fake name. It doesn't even matter. And then link your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime. And I'll actually make a short video explaining how to do this if anybody's interested, and I can link it. But then all you do is just go to the Troubled Minds Twitch and hit subscribe. And it sends me money from your Amazon Prime account and doesn't charge you a single penny more than you're already paying. So pretty good shit. I had no idea. Otherwise, I would have been talking about it for a long time. But anyway.
Yeah, right.
That's amazing, right? Okay, so anyway, you guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out. Tamron, I'm honored.
Yeah.
I'm honored. Thanks for being here tonight, and thanks for all the great insight. Thanks for all the wisdom, because wisdom of the crowd is a little bit harder when you're talking by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I loved every second of it. I mean, I loved it. I mean, you've just made my week, and I loved all the comments and getting to speak my mind. I think everybody should have at least one term to at least be a co-host on the show, and let's hear them. Let's hear what they have to say. It's so important. I think, like you said, it's the collective, and we need to hear everyone's point of view and build those fundamentals.
Agreed 100%. And thank you for hanging out. Thanks for spending the time. I know we're all busy folks, but again, just like Tam said, we do a little bit here, a little bit there. We all share, and we all get smarter together. So hopefully that's what this is all about, and hopefully you got something out of this, and hopefully next time we'll talk about aliens or something a little bit different. We
promise I won't call in for a while.
No, you're fine.
Okay,
no, you're totally fine. Nobody's sick of you. I promise you that. I promise you that, Tam. Nobody's sick of you. You're good. You're totally good. If anything, we need to get you and somebody else on, and then because people are sick of me. you guys get you on, and then I'll just shut my mouth and you guys do your thing.
No,
anyway.
That's why we will go on the show, because of you.
Well, I'm just saying. If anybody's sick of anybody, everybody's sick of me. It's okay. I'm just making fun of myself. We're good. Okay, so thank you, Tamron from South Africa. You're amazing. I appreciate your time. Everybody else.
Thanks so much.
Right? Oh, thank you so much. And everybody else, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know it's a long show. The reason it's a long show is because you can't say enough in 20 minutes. Right? Try and do it on a lunch break sometime at the water cooler and explain why aliens might be feasible. And not only will you probably get fired, you won't even be able to make your point. So just throwing it out there. As we end, let's play some music.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much for everything. Love you all.
There you go. And the love is reciprocal. And thank you again, Tamara from South Africa. When she decides to not shy up and send me the link, we'll share her Instagram and stuff. And
I'm not shy. It's just
I know.
completely opposite.
I completely understand. No.
Yeah.
Not if they want to support you. It's not. So anyway, it's okay. We'll get there. All right. So as of right now, this moment, it's Tuesday night, Wednesday night in some other jurisdictions or places around the world, whatever it's got to be.
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning. There you go. The most important thing is don't get gaslighted. Don't let people scream you down and tell you you're wrong because you have value. Because the things that actually bounce around inside your head have merit because you're a person
and
too.
Relevance.
Yes.
You matter.
Pick people up. Don't put people down. That's what the show's about. And also aliens, conspiracy, and the paranormal. Yes, you are valuable. We're again, as a collective, the herd. We can do it right. So, thanks for hanging out. Lots of new folks in the chat. I see. Thanks for being here. Everybody else that's always been here. You guys are the best. You know, in my heart, super fans, right? Even though Facebook doesn't say you're a super fan, in my heart, if you're still here right now, you're a super fan. You guys are the best. Thank you so much again, Tam. Have a great night. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you so much for listening to Troubled Minds. Check out Amazon Prime if you've got it. That means you can kick free money my way. And how about that? How sick is that? We both win. That's amazing. So if you can do that and you have questions on that, exactly, let me know. We'll hook you up with that. And thanks again to Ark for pointing that out. Dark Devious with the FBI tag. I think we got some people subscribing over there. All right. So one more time, you're listening to Troubled Minds Radio. I'm your host, Michael Strange. I'm here with Tamara from South Africa, a good friend of the show. And together, we are the wisdom of the herd. And from our Troubled Minds to yours, thanks for listening. Have a great night.
Bye.
Hang on one sec, Tam. Okay, only because I promised at the end of the stream. I've got a video from Dr. Fauci. I'm going to play this and see if it takes the screen down. All right, here's your Easter egg. If you hung around long enough to see the Fauci video, here we go. Let's see. Hold on. 1 moment, please. All right, here we go.
Face masks. Can you discuss that?
The masks are important for someone who's infected to prevent them from infecting someone else. Now, when you see people and look at the films in China and South Korea, whatever, everybody's wearing a mask. Right now in the United States, people should not be walking around with masks.
You're sure of it? Because people are listening really closely to this.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. And often, there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
Of course. But when you think masks, you should think of healthcare providers needing them and people who are ill. The people who, when you look at the films of foreign countries and you see 85% of the people wearing masks, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not against it. If you want to do it, that's fine.
But it can lead to a shortage of masks.
Exactly. That's the point. It could lead to a shortage of masks for the people who really need it.
Oh boy, how deep did you have to dig to find that one? Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you on Friday night, and we'll talk then. Oh boy. There you go. One strike. Fauci,